If we weren't so bad.
To puppy rape.
I like to cuss.
Do I want to keep my penis?
Cat wants some black titty.
We wouldn't be so good. MoJo 50. The mothership has landed.
We need backpack first. Is that it up?
Yep. We are talking
Backpack
bulletproof backpacks from
Put
the
these on
SHOT
there.
Show.
Doc Thompson, Brad Staggs, live from SHOT Show in Las Vegas. Introducing you to all kinds of great products and services and companies.
Yes.
And telling you some of the great things you'll find here. Now, we put a bunch of videos out as well, so you should follow those and share those with, all across
Please
social
share
media.
them.
First
Please.
up, what's your name, sir?
Sir Shake.
And where are you from?
Sanford, Florida.
And what's your company?
Guard Dog Security, so we do bulletproof backpacks.
Move your microphone up just a little bit there.
Right
there
up there in front. There you go.
that
Perfect.
better?
Yep. That's
Guard
great.
Dog backpacks?
Guard Dog Bulletproof Backpacks.
Bulletproof backpacks. And I'm assuming that's like maybe some of the ones that we've heard kids wearing. They're bulletproof.
Yeah, so I mean, our brand was mentioned in the news over 300 times in 2018. So there's a good chance you've heard of our name or
Yeah.
of our product or anything like that.
So tell us how they work.
So they're level 3A. So they'll stop 9mm 44 mag shotguns. And they're designed to look like normal backpacks. They look good. They have a lot of features, a lot of functionality. And they're designed to, hey, look, if you're going to wear something that's probably going to save your life, then it should look good and it should have things that you want to have on a daily basis.
And are they heavy then?
No, they only weigh ounces more than a non-armor backpack.
Okay,
See,
that's not bad.
That was a thing. Years ago, I remember there was an insert you could buy.
It's made of steel.
Yeah, it was
7
some-
inches of steel.
Some ceramic, but the thing was heavy. I mean, it did its job, but the thing was heavy. And this is like a vast improvement over that old technology, I would think.
Yeah, so there's two things on that, right? So the insert, not only like you mentioned, is heavy or it's bulky.
Right.
The second aspect is that we're finding that parents are buying it for their kids,
Right.
or there's grandparents buying it for their nieces, their nephews,
Sure.
their, whatever, their grandchildren.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens is that if, like, I have two daughters, right?
Right.
If I tell them, hey, here's an insert and put it in your backpack and never
Right.
take it out,
Right.
they're going to
It's-
take it out,
yes.
right?
Yes.
So
It's
can
gonna
we
be under
do
the bed?
Yeah, so can we do inserts? Yeah, absolutely. It's easier
Right.
because we're making them anyways for the backpack.
Right.
But so I mean, it's a precautionary measure. We say, look, if you're going to have it, then it should be with you at all times.
Sure. Sure. And by making it light and basically unnoticeable when you have the backpack on, that there's
Yeah.
no reason to take it out.
Yeah, and I'll show you real quick here. They have this particular model has a built-in charging bank.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
They can charge your mobile device directly from the backpack. It's got a real nice phone holder, so it holds your phone.
Well, and those two features are also going to make it more palatable as well for the kids. So
Absolutely.
they're going to like it for that
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah.
And the parents are going to like it for the security,
and
right?
that's the point. The point is to have something that you like to have.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's got places for your laptops, your tablets. It holds
Oh, that's
up
cool.
over 18-inch laptops, all market-sized tablets. A lot of compartments, places for your sunglasses, your eyeglasses. So
Nice.
if you know that you wear eyeglasses or sunglasses and you put them in your backpack, that's a dead sentence. Dead sentence for
Yeah.
them. So you put them in there. It's got a nice, all you can carry, nice little sleeves, little
It's got a
handles.
lot
So
of room.
yeah, it's got a lot of room.
Now, which one is the pot pack? It's the pouch
They
for the
don't.
pot. They don't want?
They don't.
Oh,
I don't
that's.
think
I'm
they-
sorry. That's
yeah.
for the
Even if
adults.
it's
Never
legal,
mind.
they really don't.
In
Yeah.
Nevada, that's
Although
fine.
you could, as an adult, carry
Sorry,
whatever
that
you
was-
like in there.
That's a different thing.
Yeah.
So who came up with the design and the ideas for it?
Yeah, I design each one. They're all designed in-house.
And was this your idea initially, where you're like, I'm going to go do this?
Yeah, absolutely. I started this back in 2013. Back then, they weren't even that popular, but they did have a small niche, and it served its purpose. It was enough for us to continue to grow the line and innovate the line. And, of course, in 2018, it just became this monstrous brand and, with the whole recognition thing. And unfortunately, some people started after Parkland. And we're like, look, we started
Long time ago.
2013,
Right.
and we're not just...
So when you started and you said, I can do this better, we can really make this something.
yeah, absolutely.
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So do you have any other interesting products you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, we do stun guns. We do pepper sprays.
Nice.
And we have the world's only pepper spray with a laser sight on it. So we do that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember seeing that.
Security.com.
I'm all
And we're going to go ahead and post that on social media.
Yep.
You had the bulletproof desk pad.
Yep.
Is that right?
We do bulletproof desk pad. We have a bulletproof.
Explain how that works.
So, look, there's a lot of violence that happens in your offices, in schools. So the idea, again, just a general idea about our bulletproof line is to say, look, it's better to have it
Than not.
right, than to not have it. So we're finding that education safety is a big market. So there's teachers, or whether it's, again, in the office, we had a lot of people, from major corporations that were like, hey, in HR, when they fire someone, they're kind of,
sometimes that goes down, right?
They don't want to be fired themselves,
Right.
So there's bulletproof picture frames. So there's something, like we have one in our house, and I tell my wife, like, look, if you hear something downstairs, you take that picture frame and you hold it, and you're walking downstairs, and if you want to carry a gun with it, you can do that.
You've got a shield that's there.
Right.
Because if you don't, you're going to be grabbing a picture frame that's not going to do anything.
That's not going to do anything, right? So, and then we just came out with this year called the bulletproof. It's called the In a Bind. It's a bulletproof binder. So we're finding that a lot of, even with our backpacks last year, we found out that people were saying, hey, we can't take our backpack into classrooms, which I thought is crazy, because when I was in school, you always take a backpack into the classroom. So I guess things have changed, and you can't take a bulletproof, or you can't take a backpack at all into a classroom. So depending on the school, so we have a bulletproof binder now too.
That's awesome. Great stuff. Okay,
Great
website
idea.
again.
Guarddog-security.com.
Guarddog-security.com. We'll go ahead and post this all across social media. We know you guys got to pack up and get out of the show. I know you got a time situation, so we just wanted to get you on and talk a little bit about that. Let us know in the future what we can do to help you.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate
Appreciate it. Guard Dog Security, and again, there's a hyphen in there. Guarddog-security.com. Just another great exhibitor here at SHOT Show. Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs on location in Las Vegas at the Sands Expo
The
Center.
Dust Bowl of toxic masculinity.
I'll give you that.
Yes.
Dust Bowl's in the 1930s. I don't know how much that's going to relate to people, but still, okay, very good. It makes sense a little bit.
Example
All right, live from the SHOT Show. What's your name, sir? Oh, put that up there. There you go.
Dave Howard.
Dave, where are you from?
Colorado, outside of Boulder.
What's your company?
EffectiveRangeTargets.com is what we're promoting through a outdoor distributor company called JMA Outdoors.
Awesome. Tell us all about it.
Well, we've created targets for all the major big game animals across the country and, in fact, across the world.
Okay.
And they're vital size based, so the first ring is the vital size of each animal.
Right.
And
okay.
And a lot of people go hunting and they don't understand the difference between the different animals. Okay. You set the target at 100 yards, and then it has interior rings that can measure your ability from 100 to 600 yards, while the target only sits at 100.
So you're going to say you have to be in that ring from that range in order to be effective against a certain animal.
Correct. And we're promoting one shot humane kill.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what ring 4 of your shots are, it's the one that's furthest away out of your 5 shots.
You know, I never thought about that, but you're right. We just want to be on that target, but that means a lot of different things. You know, this size versus that size, how far away you are, and the size of the animal.
Exactly. And we promote shooting it from a hunting position, a field position that you would encounter when hunting that animal of the target you purchased. And that may vary by animal.
Right.
And what you could do for one animal may be different for another animal. You could shoot ethically kneeling out to a certain distance for elk, let's say 300 yards.
Yep.
But on an antelope, you can only shoot 100 yards kneeling because of the size difference.
Do you do you have statistics as far as how much more accurate this can make you out in the field? I mean, in other words, if I'm good, is it going to make me 25% better, or is that just a?
We've been told, and we're doing some studies, that this is going to make you twice as good.
Oh, really?
Because most people don't know nor shoot the ranges they're capable of. So you may be capable to 200, but you're shooting out to 300.
This is such a simple and wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Know your limits is what basically.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
mean,
okay.
Again, you put a target up. What does that mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously,
good
what is
point.
it? You don't even know how to measure yourself.
A 7 ring on an ordinary target doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Every ring on this target means something.
So this is something you can get and effectively double your accuracy, understand your limits, and what's somebody going to pay for this?
We're selling them packages of 5 for $9.95.
That's great.
And the elk target, because it's so much larger, elk and moose are $14.95.
So for less than $20, seriously, you can double your effectiveness.
Well, and on the back of the target I'm reading here, too, is the science behind it. I mean, it has
Right.
the directions.
Right.
I mean, obviously you hang
not
it, you
just
know,
smoke and
shoot at
mirrors,
it.
right.
But it's going to tell you how accurate you are.
Right.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, the key.
EffectiveRangeTargets.com.
Yes, sir.
EffectiveRangeTargets.com. People can you sell direct to customers?
Sell direct to customers on that website.
Now, what if somebody had some sort of store and they said, listen, we want to buy like 10,000 of these things. Could you accommodate them?
Yes, we can.
Can they contact you through the website?
Yes, they could.
And how long have you been doing this?
The Target was introduced to small stores in Colorado October 1st of 2018.
And is this your business?
Yes, it is.
And did you start? So I got an idea we can do this.
Yep.
I love to hear the stories about how people come up
I
with
started with the idea, and part of it is when I grew up hunting, you learned from grandpa, dad, your uncle. You had all this stuff passed down to you. We don't see that in the hunting world as much anymore.
No.
And this starts to teach that ethical thought process, that decision you have to make, whether I take the shot or don't take the shot. And it gives us some information. We say you can't share what you don't know. I can't teach anybody what the ethical distance is unless I know what it is.
Right.
We had a father have his 12-year-old shoot an antelope target this year. First time the son shot at it. 2 targets, 2 bullets in the 100-yard ring.
Right.
2 at the corner of the paper, 1 off the paper.
Right.
And he said, son, what does that tell you? Son looked to the ground and said, Dad, it tells me I can't go hunting. He says, you're right, but here's a whole stack of targets. Come back to me when they're all in that circle, and I'll take you hunting.
Well, that's what the whole +1 movement with the NSSF is.
Absolutely.
Get somebody, take them out there, show them the sports, share the sport with them.
Yeah, because not only are you wasting your time, you're tromping around the woods trying to hunt, and you really are not capable.
You're not.
You're not even going to get lucky, right? I mean, that's not going to happen. But you're right, so practicing, but then you said ethical as well.
Yes.
Because nobody wants to see an animal suffer.
No.
Nobody wants that.
No.
So this is going to help you out. It's a great idea. Really appreciate it. Again, effectiverangetargets.com, effectiverangetargets.com. What we're going to do, in fact, I think you already posted it.
I did. It's already up on the MeWe. It's up on the Facebook.
Thank
David,
you very much.
thank you so much. Really nice
My
to
pleasure.
meet you, and I hope everything goes well for you today, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Effectiverangetargets.com. Go ahead and check it out today.
Yeah.
You see that, Brad?
I did. I didn't see the. Yeah. That is cool. And again, the +1 movement, grab
explain
somebody.
what that is.
It's all about just increasing our numbers, the Second Amendment guys, the Second Amendment women. Get somebody, teach them either about shooting sports, teach them about hunting. As he just said, the thing is, we're not teaching our kids anymore.
What is it, +1?
The +1 movement.
I love this idea because anybody that has not had information, has never fired a firearm, there's a fear factor.
Yeah, there is.
And
it makes a loud noise.
There's a lot of anti-gun people that have that cooked up in their head. It's this monster. It's something very odd, right? And when you go with somebody, even if you're never going to be a gun enthusiast, it all changes in your mind. You get it. You understand it. It's not something to fear. It's a tool.
It's a tool.
And you have more respect but less fear at the same time. You take somebody out there, I'll tell you what, if 10% of gun enthusiasts, hunters, outdoors people, took one person over the next year, you're going to see that argument shift dramatically.
Yes,
it's a great concept, really solid.
Really
Hi there, Nikita joins us. How are you? Nice to meet you.
How you doing? I'm doing great
well
today.
What's your company?
My company is Cute and Cocky, and we design firearm apparel and accessories.
Cute and Cocky Firearm Apparel and Accessories. Is this your company?
Yes.
When did you start it?
I started it 2 years ago.
Why?
Because I wanted to have an opportunity in a way that I can carry conceal for myself for self-protection.
That's awesome. Have you always been a gun owner?
No, I'm not even a gun owner.
You're not?
No.
Are you going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I already have my permit.
Good for you. What drove you to do that?
Well, I was actually followed home one day from work by a stranger, and I had to call the police, and I was just like, what do other women carry for self, defense and protection, and how do they carry?
Right.
And the options that were available, like bra holsters or purses, which can be snatched. I need something on me.
Well, and a lot of times, too, you don't necessarily want people to know you're carrying, right?
Yes.
And there's a confidence that comes with it, too, especially if you know what you're doing, right?
Yes.
You're like, okay, I got this, right?
Yeah.
So that's wonderful. And then you see a business opportunity, right?
Yeah, most
We
definitely.
love the entrepreneurs. We love that. So tell us about some of the products at Cute and Cocky.
So the first product is the FRS1. It's a accessory that you can sew into the inner lining of your business blazer.
Is that right there?
Yes.
That's nice.
So you can actually, it's a slim fit design for business blazers for law enforcement. And
so
that's cool.
Yeah, Nikki's actually wearing a blazer, a jacket, and it's a form fitting. I mean, there's no bulkiness in it whatsoever. I had no idea you even had the insert sewn in there or whatever.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And is that for multiple caliber or sizes?
Well, subcompact and compact.
Okay.
So smaller handguns, nothing too major and bulky.
Okay, sounds good. And what else do you have?
I also have a custom-made hoodie design that I invented with it. The
Nice.
FRS is sewn into the inner lining and it folds down, and you can bring your firearm from either side.
Oh, that's legit too.
What's your website?
My website is ccfirearmapparel.com.
It's at the bottom. I'll show you right there.
Ah, gotcha. Look at that.
There it is. So, and people can, do you sell direct to customer too?
Yes, I'm actually launching my company in February.
Oh, okay, good. So you've just been getting this all together. So, and you'll be up to sell then?
Yes.
Oh, this is really good. This is great. So 2 years, you get the idea, you've been working on it, and you're getting close.
Yes,
That's a fun feeling, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So where did you get the stuff manufactured? You had to find somebody to manufacture, right?
Yes, I found someone that could help me get my prototype, but as
Okay.
of now, I'm manufacturing our products on my own.
Okay, gotcha. And that's a struggle, right?
Yeah.
You got to make sure you got to get it done, right?
Yeah.
My wife's been going through that with a company, apparel company that she started just months ago. And while she loves what she's doing and she knows it's going to be successful and it's exciting, it's a lot of work and it's grueling, isn't it?
Yes, I've been through it all so far.
Yeah. Do you have people to help you?
No, it's just me on my team, but I also have a lot of business consultants. I work with Shot Spot Gun Range owner.
Oh, cool.
He's more so
Is
like,
that in Georgia as well?
yes.
Okay.
He's a mentor to me. He actually was able to sponsor me to come to this event so I can network more.
Oh,
Well,
cool.
you have stumbled upon a little gem here because
you
we are
have.
going to help you out a whole bunch, okay? So keep us posted on this. And again, it's firearmapparel.com, and we'll post it.
Okay.
But we're going to help you in the future, okay? We're going to get you on the air, and we'll remind people when you launch your business so they can go there because, as you probably know, when you get to that part, you need some money coming in, right? As
Yeah.
soon as you can to get that stuff stabilized or whatever and pay some bills. And then we also have a client that has a online firearm store that is going to be launching a brick and mortar one in North Carolina within the next couple of months.
Yep.
Okay.
And he's looking for some products that are unique and some stuff that he can stock too.
Oh, wow.
So we'll hook you up there. And then-
TRAguns.com if you want to take a look at
yeah,
it. beforehand.
traguns.com. You can check it out. We'll introduce you to him as well. So we'll help you network with him and some other people moving forward. And then you keep us posted, and we'll help you grow. We give people commercials all the time because we love entrepreneurs and we love helping people.
Thank you.
We love your story, and we love the entrepreneurial spirit, and we know what it's like.
And
to-
we're awfully nice people. I mean, just look at us.
I am.
Yeah,
He's
y'all look
not.
really
He's,
nice.
he's all I am.
I'm actually nicer than he is.
She's going to
but,
say that now, of course.
Well, you just remember this. Who gave you the choice of mustard,
Giving her jars
mayonnaise,
of-
or jelly?
He's been trying
no
to give
one,
stuff out all day.
No
No
one
one-
leaves here
He's
empty-handed.
trying to give out jelly.
I'll
You
take
decide.
some jelly.
Okay.
You got it? There you go. Now who's nicer?
Nikki,
You're nice.
That's right.
love it. It's
Uh-huh.
a great story to keep your
Thank
card
you.
here. And like you said, don't be a stranger. We're going to have Beth call you up. And if you need anything, just, hey, guys, can you help me out? I'm really struggling with this, whatever it is. Advice, a connection with somebody, some plug for the website. It's just what we do, okay?
Okay, well, thank
All
y'all
right.
so much.
Here's so you can find us in case you forget, okay?
All right.
And just get with her, and she will help you
Hand
out.
that to Beth.
I'm handing it.
We need to
Handing
make sure
it.
to stay in contact. She's going to be launching in a month or so.
All right, who's next?
Now, I'm going to
Who's
go to
coming?
you, Beth, in like a month, and I'm going to say, Nikki, your card, and you're going to, I don't know who you're talking about.
Uh-huh.
We gave you the card, so I'm trying to
Uh-huh.
remember that. Okay, very good. Nikki, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Come on in, Olivia.
Live
Come
from
on
SHOT
in.
Show, it's Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs and the MoJo 50 family. Just trying to help out as many people as we can here, give them some exposure, and kind of let you know what's going on at SHOT Show so you can hear about some cool companies and some products as well.
And
Olivia,
Olivia's
how
here.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. What's your company?
My company is U.S. Arms Company. We're based out of Macon, Georgia.
Macon, Georgia. Great. We just had one of your fellow Georgians in here.
Oh, very nice.
So what do you do specifically? Is it firearms?
Yes. So we manufacture complete ARs as well as components, and we're going to be designing more products in the future for sure.
Okay. How long has U.S. Arms been around?
So I think they've been around about 2-3 years now.
not real long.
Yeah, so not very long.
Hence the other products coming.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You
Yeah.
start with
So we mainly have AR parts right now. We do have a muzzle brake for the 50 BMG.
Cool.
But yeah, we're going to be getting it in different calibers very soon.
Awesome. So is this your company, family company?
No. So my boss, I met him through.
Hang on, taking a photo. Okay, very good. So it's
See?
it's your boss's company. You met him when?
Yeah, so I met him at the USASOC Sniper competition last year.
Okay, cool. And you said,
Yeah.
going to work for this guy. He's happy to have you on board.
Yeah, so he brought me over to his table and showed me some of his products, and I was like, wow, that's kind of interesting. Because,
Yeah.
especially if you've been working in the firearms industry for a long time, you see a lot of these, like, overnight, AR-15 companies. And
It's become trendy.
it's definitely a trending thing. So it's really hard to kind of be unique.
Break through.
Yeah, and break through, compared to everybody else doing the same stuff. But
You said you met a sniper competition?
yes, this is USASOC.
Are you a shooter?
Yes, I am, but I did not. That was a USASOC sniper competition.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but I do shoot 3-gun as well as pistol.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you shot that your whole life? When did you start that?
Well, I started when I was about, I would say 10.
Okay.
Yeah, my first gun was a Glock 17.
How did that, was that a mom, dad thing? They shot and...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, my dad was an avid duck hunter too, so that
Awesome.
helped. He had a whole safe of guns.
Oh, that's awesome. How old are you? Do you mind me asking?
22.
Okay, so, wow, that's more than half of your life you've been shooting.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah, exactly.
awesome. Okay.
Say,
So, obviously, they hope the company grows, right? U.S. Firearms,
Yes.
you guys are hoping it just continues to grow. You introduce
Oh,
new
yeah,
products
absolutely.
in the coming years as well.
For sure, yeah. We're looking to hit both the civilian and the military market hard.
Now, hopefully, you've said to your boss, you need a little slice of the action here. You need a little,
Yeah.
a little piece of the company there. And if you want us to help negotiate, we'll help you out there.
You're out
We're
there,
really
yeah.
good at that. We've seen all the tricks. We know how it works.
Oh, I appreciate that. He's been great
Awesome.
so far. He's been a great boss. I couldn't ask for any better.
Well, one of the things we like to do here, and it's the reason we're having people on, is you got to break free or break
Right.
through, and it's really difficult to do that because there's so much competition with stuff, and we like helping
Exactly.
people out. So if we can help you in the future, we're going to help you out. As we've told many people, you've probably heard us when you're standing there. Just contact us. Let us know how we can help as you grow, as you
Yeah.
get new products. Let us know, and we'll do it.
Right. Awesome. Well, I brought some of my products
Yes,
here today
please
if you'd
show.
like to take a look.
Yep.
So I'm going to first start out with our muzzle brake. We have seen about a 94% in recoil reduction with this brake. So we have it chambered in 223 and the 50 BMG. And like I was saying earlier, we're going to get it chambered in other calibers as well. So, but yeah, we've made videos and all that. And the boss actually, he took his gun and shot with that and put it in full auto. There's no muzzle climb whatsoever.
Oh, that's
it was
awesome.
great. Yeah.
Very cool.
So it's very effective.
That's
And
part
very
of the
well
gun,
made.
Brad.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I know. She's giving away the secret. Quick,
Where do you-
photograph it.
where do you-
Photograph it.
Where do you put the cigarette?
That's
So
right.
this
No,
is
it's very
Oh,
different.
it's not
there.
a cigarette holder.
You wouldn't happen to have the blueprints and schematics to that, do you?
My hands actually have cameras built in. So.
Check you
see?
out. Check you out.
Oh, those are nice.
Ooh, yes, right? So anyone who's been in the industry long enough, who's especially been working with ARs, there's always a little bit of wobble between the upper and lower receiver.
Sure.
So we have designed what we like to call a camshaft. It's really cool just because it ties in right in the rear takedown pin. So we have like a locking block, and the pin goes through. And so when you push up on your camshaft, it pulls that rear takedown pin, down. It takes the I'm sorry.
Just
No,
removes
it's
the-
okay,
It
yeah.
removes
It
the
takes
slop.
Yeah, so it reduces
Yep.
the slop. It takes the upper receiver, brings it down to the lower receiver.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, the founder of the company, does he design these as well?
Yes, he does.
So this is all him being passionate and saying, I
Exactly.
think we can do this better.
Yes.
That's also.
And like I was telling him, I'm like, that's really hard to do because there's so much competition.
Right.
It's almost oversaturated. And
Well, but
so
I think you guys got the right idea in that you're trying to find those little things. I mean,
Exactly.
the main parts are probably not going to change that much, but you can find those
Exactly.
little things to give you an advantage, whatever it is, whether it's comfort, whether it's to bring price down, accuracy, you're
Exactly.
right? It's all of those things. That's
The
what it's
devil is in the details, my friend.
That's
the
right.
devil is in the details.
about. Now,
That's very true.
do you have any ideas? Do you like to tinker with the different
Kind of a
designs?
personal question, isn't it?
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I actually own my own company. It's kind of like a side thing where I do polymer frame modifications.
Oh, this is awesome. Olivia,
What?
this is fascinating.
Girls with guns and
I know,
tools.
I know.
Come
she's,
on.
she's just emasculating me now. Not
Now
just
I
on the
just feel
guns, but the company
stupid.
that's successful. That's it.
Jeez.
Olivia, thanks so much. What's the website?
It is www.usarmsco.com.
usarmsco.com.
Got it.
usarmsco.com. We'll post it as well.
A free exchange of ideas. MoJo 50. Daily Mojo.
We're getting it done here at SHOT Show. Brad and I, man, we're putting in the extra time, and it's particularly difficult with revolving producers. That every time we're on, we end up with a different producer.
That's the.
We got a new guy sitting with us right now.
I
and
have been here all week.
I'm sorry?
Doc.
He's been
Thompson.
And you are
Ron
Phillips joining us as well. SHOT Show at Sands Expo Center, and joining us right now is Billy from
Personal Security Products.
Personal Security Products. Personal Security Products, and what's your website so people can go there right off?
PersonalSecurityProducts.net or PSProducts.com.
PSProducts.com. PS, like at the end of a letter.
Personal
PS.
Security.
Personal Security. That's a better way to say it. Tell us what you got and what you do.
Okay, Personal Security Products, we are the manufacturer of the ZAP stun guns. We have a variety of stun guns, pepper sprays, and gun concealment.
Okay. So
And-
tell us, what have you brought? Why don't you go, Bron?
And evidently lightsaber.
Lightsabers
That-
as well.
yes, I
That
was
was
gonna
very
say-
lightsaber-esque. Is that a stun gun?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
This is our smart ZAP light. And we have a free app that anyone that has iTunes or iPhones can download the app. What they do, they download the app, set up a safety team. Their safety team downloads the app, and it works with this stun gun.
Okay.
But if you don't have the gun, you can still use your phone. You just tap on the phone, and what it does, it sends your safety team GPS, letting you know exactly where you're at, so they can respond.
So if you use the gun, people will be notified.
It is exact same thing.
Okay,
if
that's awesome.
If you fire this off and it's paired with your phone, it will do the exact same thing.
So automatically, people are on their way for help. That's
Exactly.
the idea behind it, and it does look like the like a lightsaber, of course, without the
Right.
lightsaber.
Was it
part.
designed that way? Did you design it to look like a lightsaber?
No. That's just the way it is.
It's got a flashlight.
It's flashlight and stun gun. Slide it halfway is your flashlight.
Okay, good.
And the red light comes on, you're ready to zap.
Why did you hand
And
it
it
to
works.
him?
Like if I zap
Why
him,
did you
it'll.
hand it to him, Billy?
I'm just going to leave this right here.
I think that's
You've
probably
been
a
a
good
bit
idea.
of a problem today, there, Brad.
Yeah, well, it's
Now, I don't know much about stun gun metrics, but I know some are more powerful than others, and some, right? I mean, that's some have
There
a
are
greater.
different quality of stun guns.
So let's say I were to just shove this into Brad's side and push the button. What
Yeah,
happens?
he wouldn't be happy.
He wouldn't be happy.
No, he would.
well, I'm not happy already, so it's,
He's a big man. Is going to take him down.
It will incapacitate him for 2 to 3 minutes. Gives the person being attacked plenty of time to seek shelter.
What can we do
get
to
away.
Brad in 2 to 3 minutes? That's
nothing
what
that I
wanna know.
haven't done before. Let's just leave it at that.
You're on deck there too. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, never mind.
This sounds awesome. It looks very awesome. That's cool. And I like the idea that it looks like it is a flashlight.
It's a flashlight.
So if people see it, they're like, oh,
It's
the
amazing that it looks like a flashlight
Well,
and it is one.
You know, I still got it.
That's true. I take
where
that back.
you're like, oh, that guy's just got a flashlight, so I can go ahead and attack. Nope, I guess you can't.
Well,
right?
the sound alone is a deterrent. You fire that off, the sound.
It's like a shotgun racking.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same
Listen
thing.
carefully. No, I'm not getting it close to the mic. I know that happened to a guy once, and that's not going to be good. Nice try, though. Appreciate it. I've been down that road. Yes, sir. What else do you have?
This is our zap cane. It's a flashlight, stun gun cane.
Oh, that
Look
is
at that. So any of these, whoa.
Any of
Whoa.
those, any of the electrodes are hot when you fire it.
Oh, man,
So
that's
the
cool.
base of the cane, let's say, what is that, 8 inches
Yeah.
of it?
Right.
There are electrodes there, and it just looks decorative. It just looks whatever.
Right.
But you fire that and you hit somebody with it. And I
Exactly.
like that it's very forgiving as far as a target goes. You don't
Yeah.
have to get super accurate.
Right.
So especially if you're somebody that's elderly, you just get
Any-
it close to
Any
them.
of the electrodes, when you're firing it off, any of the metals are hot.
That is awesome. I know a guy who occasionally uses a cane because he has the gout.
Right.
And I'm just saying.
These are very
How would this
popular.
work?
Asking
How would
for a
that work
friend.
for you? Would that work? You got that?
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Yes. No,
think
that,
he'd
that
know
would,
which button
this
to
would be
push to turn
fine.
his own
The
mic
problem
on.
is I've got dogs and kids.
That's what it's used for. What do you?
Right. I got
That's
that.
a bonus.
No kidding.
It is pretty nice. It's comfortable.
And it's got a flashlight in the front, so you can.
Now, does it extend? Billy?
It
does?
yes,
Okay.
it's adjustable. And a lot of people buy these for walking their dogs because if there's an aggressive animal in the neighborhood,
Boom.
you know,
Ooh,
it's
good
a
idea.
good
Yeah.
deterrent. For, they hate the sound, the frequency of the stun gun. And that in itself
So they
is
just
a
pull the
deterrent.
trigger and let it pop it off a
Right.
little bit, and then
What
you're
would
back
that do to a dog? If a dog comes up, a dog's going to attack you. You whack it with that thing.
So it's the same
It's
effect.
gonna put him
as-
down,
yes,
really? Okay.
Exactly.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Really good stuff. And is this your company?
Yes, we started 1992. We're out
Oh,
of
so you've been
Little
around.
Rock, Arkansas.
Oh,
And,
I'm Northwest Arkansas.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've been Walmart country.
Yeah.
So you've been around a long time.
Yeah.
And just slow growth. Is that the name of the game?
Started out with going store to store selling pepper spray, and now we've got close to 32 patents. And
You went legit with it then. So you started off selling other people's products with the pepper spray. Is that what it was?
Then we did our own private label and went from there.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a
Yeah.
great story. What drove you? Are you a
Just being hungry,
capitalist?
I guess, yeah.
Capitalist entrepreneur? You just
That's it, yeah.
that's who you are.
Make some money, do some good, have some fun.
But yeah, we got pepper spray, stun guns, and gun concealment. You ever seen the clocks that you conceal your firearms?
Oh,
in?
I've seen some of those. Explain what those products are that you have.
We have the mantle clocks. They're wooden mantle clocks.
Right.
The face of them open up, and you can store your firearms in them.
That's nice.
They have a key where you can lock them. We do a covert cabinet, which
Right.
is a shelf that you use a magnet to open it to conceal your firearms.
Wait a minute. Do you also do a vent?
No, we don't
Is
do
that
the
somebody
vent.
else?
No, that's somebody else.
Okay, I
Yeah.
got you. All right, good. Those
Thanks
are
for
very
bringing
cool.
that up, Brad.
Wow. I'll just pack up and go home now.
Thank you. No, I got the stun gun. It's okay. You're not going anywhere. But those are cool. So explain how the shelves work.
The shelf is mounted. You can mount it on a wall. It's 24 inches.
The shelf, you put knickknacks on, stuff like that.
Right.
Okay.
Paddywhacks.
It has a little magnet. You slide it to position, and once it's unlocked, the bottom opens up. And you
And it's just enough room to put a firearm or some other valuables.
Several
maybe.
handguns.
Okay.
Or money or anything else. Any valuables you want to keep
Anything
hidden.
you want to conceal.
But now that we know that that's where your stuff is at your house, we'll come over and.
How do you know he's using that? He may have a new one.
Damn it.
Yeah,
He might
I'm
have the
not telling you.
prototype, see?
Shoot.
You know, he owns the company.
You know, there's always a flaw. in
Right
my
now,
plan.
he's going, remind the wife to go ahead and change things over quick. Make a mental note. All right, so give us the website again.
psproducts.com or personalsecurityproducts.net.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and tweet that out,
Yep.
post it on Facebook as well, and
It's out
hopefully
there.
people will check you out. Do you direct to consumer?
No, we're on PS Products, personalsecurityproducts.net, yes.
Okay.
But, everything else is retailers.
I see. You got it on both sides. Nicely
Yeah,
done, sir.
yeah. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Really appreciate it, Billy.
Appreciate it.
All
And
right.
there's some bitter orange for you. There's some
Oh.
bitter orange jam. Thank you for being here at the. Look, we spare no expense for parting gifts for our guests.
Thank you.
It's
What,
the
do you think
polite
he
thing
can't
to
get
do.
his own jam?
You think it's the polite thing to do.
Okay, that's good.
Someone comes over, you give them a gift. My
Okay.
grandmother taught me well.
All right. Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
who's,
Billy, thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
All right. Who else we got here? It's
coming
SHOT
up?
Show. Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs live from SHOT Show in Las Vegas, introducing you to some cool companies and products. Hopefully you will share their videos and visit their websites and share the videos that we've done as well. Ben's joining us now from 10-Minute Deer Skinner. Hey there.
How you doing?
Doing well. Now, this is a bit of a visual.
Yes,
Brad
it
and I watched it. It is fascinating, a little bit like watching a car wreck, a little bit gruesome,
As a hunter,
but really
this is-
effective. Hunters will love your product, won't
Yep.
they?
I hope so.
Now, it's a fast way to skin a deer. Is
It
that
is.
it? Okay.
It is.
Now, explain what used to happen, and you had what's called a golf ball method that some people would use. Explain how this works and how yours differs.
Right. Ours is it's based on and actually it's based on an age-old method. The Indians skinned buffalo with a rock, a rawhide rope, and a horse.
Okay.
So that's where the method came from originally, but then it was modified to a golf ball and a rope. But if you've ever used that, you know that any rope that'll close behind a golf ball will actually break as it pulls over the shoulder. So you hook up 2 or 3 times. It's a pain.
And real quick, the system is that it grabs a hold of the skin and pulls it off, where
Right.
your hands would not allow you that amount of strength. Is that
Well,
it,
no,
or you couldn't clamp
you could
on?
do it by hand, couldn't you?
Well, you do it by hand.
He
Everybody,
just couldn't because he has sissy hands.
he
He
looks
has
like,
trouble racking a little. I mean, come on.
I'm not going to dispute that. But anyways, yes, please.
Okay,
continue.
so we hang the animal up by the head, and then we pull back 6 to 8 inches, and we actually do that by hand, and then we attach my Skinner plate and 2-stage ball. That's the part I have patented, and that's what makes this product work.
And it grabs a hold of the corner of the skin.
Right. It's got an overhand knot in it in cable, in 3/32 cable, and it closes over a 2-stage ball like a trailer hitch, the center of a trailer hitch, for instance. And then that latches up solid, and then you pull one time, and it'll pull the entire hide off. We do make a couple of relief cuts up the front legs and around.
Sure.
And then we extend it all the way up to the head because I'm going to save a few minutes for people skinning their deer, but really I'm going to save you a lot of time with the hair because you're only going to get hair on that part of the animal that you handle or cut. So when you're only working up on that neck, you can just leave that with the head and throw it away.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then your rest of your animal is clean.
And this is something you came up with after years of hunting and skinning. It's necessity, the mother of invention, right?
Well, yeah. Actually, my father was in his 70s, and he called me one night and said he'd been working on skinning a deer for all day long. He'd been out to the barn 4 or 5 times, and he guessed he wasn't going hunting anymore unless I was around.
He just couldn't do it.
He just couldn't do it. He was almost to the bottom. He was going to make it that night, but it was killing him. His hands were a little arthritic, and he just could not do that anymore. So I said, well, the next time I'm home, we'll look up something. I've got I read a deal in Taps Tips 100 years ago in the 70s, and I said, I'll see about that, and we'll try that deal. And so we did. We tried it with a golf ball, and anyway, several things went along, and I wasn't really trying to invent something at the time. I was just trying to get something to work. And we made him a couple up, and then I ended up making all of his old buddies up a deer skinner,
right.
And that's how we started. And all of them said, "Oh, you got to get a patent on this.
Yeah.
This is awesome." And so.
And the problem again with the golf ball is it's just not as stable, right? It's going to break on you.
Well, the rope. It's the rope
right.
issue,
okay.
to be honest. And then if you do, I first started doing a cable on a golf ball, and I thought, well, that'll work. But then it kinks the cable, and so you get one, and then you cut the golf ball out, and you're cutting around to get the cable loose so you can loosen it up, and. It's
more hassle than it's worth.
It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess, and so you're using 10 feet of cable every time you're using it up. So
what's your website?
10minutedeerskinner.com.
And is that 10?
Well,
it's TEN. Okay.
Yeah, TEN. 10minutedeerskinner.com. Our actual company is 10. That's why we're number 1 here at the SHOT Show. We're
Absolutely.
the first one in your book at the SHOT Show. Number 1.
10minutedeerskinner.com. 10minutedeerskinner.com. Obviously, this is going to be very specific to a smaller group of people, but those that hunt and those that skin deer, this is going to be gold.
It's kind of like the Tenderbuck guys we talked to yesterday. Again, it's a tool that will simplify your life. It'll simplify either if it's a hobby or your job if you're out there deer hunting.
Well,
either
nobody
way.
looks forward to skinning deer.
No.
I mean, let's be honest.
That's not the reason you hunt, right?
Exactly.
No.
It's just one of those things you have to do.
Yes.
And this takes the process from being an hour and a half to 10 minutes.
Right.
And that's the
Saving
bottom
time.
line.
You know, if you're an engineer or you're just fascinated on how things work, you go and watch the video as well. Do you have any of the videos up at your site, or can they find them online?
It's on YouTube
Okay,
or
good.
10minutedeerskinner.com.
Yeah, because you got to see how it works or whatever, and you're going to, okay, or whatever. It's very inspirational, too, again, if you're an entrepreneur. So 10minutedeerskinner.com. Ben, thanks so much. Keep us posted on what you're doing, and we'll try to help you in the future as well, help you grow your company and put you on the air and promote you, because I think that's important to do.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you much, sir. Really appreciate it. 10minutedeerskinner.com, and Brad's posting it up there right now.
Working it out.
All happening at the SHOT Show today. And, of course, we'll have more videos that we're going to post as well.
This is the last day. I'm sad.
I wasn't going to say that, though, because it sounds defeatist.
No. It's been a very successful show.
You finished
and that's
strong
the
by
beauty of
acting like you could, right down to the wire, wire. How you guys doing?
Go
We
ahead
can
and
talk
put
to
that
both
on
of you
there.
guys. We'll put you on there as well, Michael,
There
since
you
you
go.
guys are together. Let me give you some cord here. It's Michael and Chantel.
Yes.
Chantel, and where are you guys from?
Well, we're both from Colorado. I'm from Longmont. She's from up north in Fort Collins.
And what's the company? What do you guys do?
Oh, I get to talk?
Yes, you do.
See, you missed our exciting conversation upstairs with the guys. We were having, they know what wonderful people we are.
That's
You
right.
were the founder.
You're going to love us when we're done here.
Oh, good.
I'm
because
telling
I wasn't
Yeah.
caffeinated and I wasn't human.
Oh no!
they
You
can
are going to
talk
be
first.
amazed at how much you love us.
Right. So I was working at a gun shop, and we had a bunch of people coming in who needed some women coming in who needed a place to start, and that's where the blog started. And Gun Diva is completely tongue-in-cheek because I'm totally not a diva, right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Tell him you're not a puppet. Tell him you're not a puppet.
I'm not a puppet.
Tell him you're not a puppet.
I'm not a puppet.
Right.
I'm not a puppet.
So we just started with some basic stuff, and now we write about whatever the hell we feel like writing about.
Oh, that's cool. I'm assuming a lot of it has a gun kind of theme, but
Most
not
of it's
necessarily.
gun theme. Occasionally some pokey sticks.
Okay.
Some
I'll get you that.
Yeah, firearms
prepper
and
type
firearms
stuff.
related
Yeah.
items.
And that's usually how it goes or whatever. It's a certain, umbrella, and then you deviate from it a little bit, but still with the same basic attitude.
What's your website?
Gun Diva or thegundivas.com.
That's it. There we go. I was missing
Found it.
TheGunDivas.com.
TheGunDivas.com.
So how many people involved?
Actually, it started with me and another female shooter I knew. But then I found out that I was quickly out of my depth with something, so I started asking Mez questions.
Okay.
And eventually I brought him on. So now there's 3 female writers and 5 male writers,
Wow,
I
you
think.
guys, that's
So we
very
branched out.
impressive.
Yeah, so we've got, he's my technical guy and long-range guy. I've got a hunter. I do some of the defensive tactics and just basic, learn how to shoot type stuff. And
Yeah.
so we've got a broad range of
Because, I mean,
people.
a lot of blogs, too. I mean, it's one person. I mean, if you can get 2 or 3 people joining your team and everybody writing, that's impressive. So you guys are doing really well with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So it just keeps growing year after year.
So
we're
what's the
very happy
goal?
with that.
What do you hope to accomplish? What are you doing? Obviously, make some money. Would that be nice?
It would be nice, but that's actually,
not it?
as I
Okay.
told these guys this morning, I was like, I don't need a 4th job. We started this for fun.
Okay.
We're not tied to a schedule. So
That's pretty liberating, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And nobody owns us. So if we find a product, was it 3-4 years ago, I really made a holster manufacturer angry because his holsters had been on TV and he sent one to me for review, and
It
was
sucked?
It was super comfortable, but I guess it was a few more years than 3 or 4. It was right around the Aurora shooting, so I
Right.
decided all holsters that I tested, I had to be able to do work out in.
Right.
And so I started doing some tuck jumps, like if you were jumping over.
I was just doing a few of those out here today.
We're not doing
I
that.
was.
Yes, it was.
Of
All
course
right,
you were.
yeah.
Yeah, because you were having the chair Olympics, right?
Thank you. Thank you.
I saw it. It's all
Yeah,
good. But the snaps failed. And the hate I got from that. But the beauty is we're not owned by anybody.
Right.
And I'm sorry, but I live in Colorado. Aurora happened down the street. I want to be able to get up and
Absolutely.
over things if I need to without worrying about my gun.
Yeah.
I think, be honest. People want that. They want real. It's difficult because you're not looking to hurt somebody's feelings or hurt their business. That's not what you're doing, I'm assuming.
No, I wasn't being mean. I loved it. It was truly the most comfortable holster I'd ever. And I said,
Okay.
you just need better snaps. And he told me that there weren't any better snaps on the market. And then I found Flashbang and their snaps. Unless you know the trick, you can't get them undone. So if he'd have just put the flashbangs or the snaps that Flashbang holsters use on there, it would be my go-to gun.
Well,
or
I
my
think
go-to
also
holster.
if you lay all that out, that this is what we do. Hey,
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
to be honest about
that has
it.
to be understood going
Right.
in, yes.
Right.
And your audience has got to love that, though, right? I mean, they.
Most of them do. Some of them don't.
Okay.
Years ago, I did a review on the FNAR rifle, their competition model.
Okay.
And I found it deficient. And we got a lot of audience members who sent a lot of hate mail saying it was the greatest rifle ever.
See, that's what's so funny about it. And I think yours is a better example just because it failed for you. Yours would be a little more opinion-based?
Yes, I would
a little
agree.
bit. I mean, you may have to have some specifics that were legit. Obviously, I didn't read the article. But to those people, like in our audience, too, are like, guys, you know what we do. We're going to tell you the stuff that's opinion. This stuff over here is more fact-based or whatever. If you like it, okay, that's cool. You know what I mean? And then we just give them the business and move on.
Same thing with
Yeah,
tools.
exactly.
We reviewed a lot of tools, and there's a lot of the tool companies. We would call them and say, look, this thing works great, but you got this one. Yeah, we kind of know about that problem. Well, we're going to say something about it in the review. Okay, well, we know it's out there. Just don't kill us. That sort of thing.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. That's legit,
Yes.
too.
Yeah, and if they know about it, that's, we would, again, you have to be as honest as possible with the companies and with your readers and your viewers, because otherwise you got no credibility left.
Well, and as content creators, you guys will appreciate this, too. Our audience also beats our ass.
Yes, they do.
Right.
Yes,
Seriously, I mean, they
do.
hold us accountable. So if we're not being those people, we're going to hear from it from everybody else. Whoa, what's that about? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
That just kind of comes with us, right?
So, yeah, and most of the things that we review, we buy with our own money. So we are not
That's even
beholden
better,
to.
yeah.
They gave us a.
Yeah, and reviewing is a small part of what we do. A lot of my stuff this past year has been like drills that I've done and what I've learned. I spent a whole year shooting
Kind of a tips type
left-handed
thing?
just to see.
Oh, cool.
You know, just because I feel like every shooter should, but I can't tell you every shooter needs to shoot with both hands unless I go do it.
Right.
That's a great approach.
I spent 50% of my range time for a full year shooting left-handed, and now I actually shoot better left than right.
Interesting.
I have some 22s at fun at the range just to shoot with my left hand because I'm right-handed. I wouldn't do my my Glock, my 40, but a lot of 22s because they have no kickback and it's simpler. What was the highest caliber you were shooting with your left?
Oh, you know, I shot all my carry guns left-handed, but the one that I shot once that I won't go back to left-handed is my 1911. It's got such a light trigger on it.
Right.
That I don't quite have the fine motor skill to control that trigger as well as I want to.
I have a 38 Smith & Wesson that I may have hit the ceiling on a couple of ranges.
I can say I have never done that. Hallelujah.
I may have done that.
May
have
be the
done
operative
that,
word,
yeah.
of course.
May.
I wonder if it's like because I don't think I've ever tried shooting with my
It's
left
fun.
hand. That's
fun.
a great point.
You don't know your limits until somebody pushes you into them.
But I wonder if it's learning to bat from the other side of the plate. That's not a euphemism. I mean, truly playing baseball. Although it could be for learning to bat from the other side of the plate. You're more accurate, but more power from the other side. I can see that, whatever
it takes.
That it may be like that as well. Do you have better control, but not as much force to pull the trigger, like you said? You don't have the motor skills for it?
Yeah, I just didn't. With my 1911, it's just such a light trigger that I just didn't have the control for it. But what I found is that it crossed over into other things. So I now take notes left-handed. I eat left-handed. So if my right hand's busy doing something, it never occurred to me that it would cross over
Computer
as much
mouse.
as it did.
You can use the computer. That's what I do. Computer mouse with my left hand, so I can type with my right.
I still mouse with my right, but I can take notes with my left.
See?
They're not pretty. I look like a third grader, but I can
read
them.
There you go.
It's all that matters.
Yeah.
All that matters.
Yep.
And then obviously opinion pieces and stuff about topical stuff.
We do a lot of topical stuff. I personally am starting to branch out a little bit more politics because Colorado is getting leaning to the left a lot more.
It's very disturbing. I went through that in Virginia as well. Virginia was just this proud history of the firearms owners and Second Amendment supporters and constitutionalists. I mean, this is who they were. It's not even a Republican Democrat. It's just truly constitutionalists. And now it's crazy how lost they've become.
Yeah, personally, I want to try and educate the population to be a little bit more freedom-minded of why these laws, they sound good on the surface, but when you get into the details, it's a devil in disguise. It's just stripping your freedoms one by one. First it's guns, then it's freedom of speech, then it's what's next.
And the window dressing is always there to get people to suck in, right? I mean, it's going to be fantastic. It'll save lives. Everything's wonderful, right?
And it's for the children.
There's the other buzz phrase. You're right. You're absolutely right. They love. Isn't it worth it if we just save one life?
Yes. Do you know what else would be worth it? Putting your kids in a damn car seat. That would be worth it.
You're right. You're right.
Watching them while they're in the bathtub so they don't drown.
That's
Locking
right.
up your medications. Oh, that would save more than one life.
Right. You're right. Or when it comes to firearms, being responsible, right? I mean, we know, and obviously you can't completely control every situation, but we know parents who have been irresponsible with their firearms and their offspring, I want to say children, because some of them were teens, did horrible things with those guns.
Right.
Right.
Right? I mean, that's
personal responsibility in all things.
That's it. All right, what's the website again?
TheGunDivas.com.
TheGunDivas.com. And can people contact you there as well in case they have ideas or want to share anything with you? Do you have emails up or anything like that? Or is it pretty much one-sided blog?
They can comment.
They don't like to deal with the unwashed masses.
They can comment on the blog. Otherwise, they can email me at thegundivas@hotmail.com.
Okay, sounds good.
Hotmail.
Sounds awesome. Sounds awesome.
Yeah,
guys,
we're already shared your site on our site, so.
hopefully you guys
Thank
get a
you
bunch
so
of hits
much.
and keep us posted if we can help you with anything, okay? That's what we do.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Thank you so
Chantel,
much.
Michael,
Thank you very much.
thegundivas.com, thegundivas.com.
And please accept this jar of mayonnaise as a token of our appreciation.
You give the white people mayonnaise.
Yes. White people
give
love mayonnaise.
They do, but why didn't you offer them? You're just assuming.
Because I'm keeping the Dijon mustard.
You're race assuming. How do you know she doesn't identify as a short pygmy Asian woman that's right? You don't know that.
She and I may have had a discussion earlier.
Okay, as long as you've done your due diligence, that's fine. But to me, it sounded like you were being really.
I'm keeping the Dijon.
Sound like triggering with the race thing and what have you. Absolutely.
Have some coffee.
Live from SHOT Show, it's Doc Thompson and some other people that are really causing me trouble today. The good news is
we've got about 2 minutes.
It's okay. We'll start off and then we'll just hold him over. Oh, Rob's here.
I know about the gun box.
We're gonna set the gun box up, Rob, and we'll have you put those on. Just to, what's your company, Rob?
Thegunbox.com.
Thegunbox.com, and you have gun boxes.
We have gun boxes.
There it is. Okay.
Handgun safes, and we also have an SK1 that's for a rifle, defense shotgun or AR-15.
Well, let's give people the website information first. It's thegunbox.com.
That's it. It's super simple.
We'll put that out there. Brad's going to go ahead and post it all across social media so people can be aware of it, and then we'll come back and get some of the specifics. Is this your guys' first shot? This isn't your first shot, Joe, is it?
No, we were here last year, but we were in next. So
we
were up at the kiosk.
You're upstairs because you were the newer company or whatever?
Second year.
Okay, sounds good. And who started your company?
I started Ryan Hyde is he's the owner, the CEO. I'm the COO. We designed it together.
Okay.
And started it in 2012. We're an engineering firm.
Oh,
so,
okay.
We engineer our own products.
And so you do a whole other thing and whatever,
Right,
and you just
right.
said, okay, this is a cool product. We have a
Right.
passion to do this. And what was the reason behind it? For safety?
Yeah, the biggest reason was there haven't been a whole lot of safes that actually look good that you could kind of keep out. The biggest change on that was when Sandy Hook happened, and we just thought there's got to be a better way to be able to store your firearm but have it highly accessible when you need it.
And the challenge is something like that. I remember, nobody wants kids to get shot. Everyone wants to, obviously law-abiding citizens don't want kids to get shot and they want to do the right thing. But what you have to do is make it work for the people that are gun owners. You can't just sell them on an idea where the product doesn't work. They have to love the product as well and say, yes, I can be responsible, I can lock up my gun, but I have easy access to it and stuff like that.
Correct, yeah.
Right? And so you start off and say, let's figure it out.
Right, and then we came out and said, hey, what's out there on the market? We went out there, and it was just a lot of black boxes.
Yeah.
They didn't function very well. One of the main things that we have on here is an audible alarm. So if it's moved or tampered with, the alarm goes off.
Oh.
And so there was nothing out there that had that. We said, hey, look, we want to be able to be notified, with an audible alarm at that point if my kid is moving it. Or if it gets moved or tampered.
Wow, that's a really simple idea.
Right.
You're right.
And it's tough. The thing is tough.
What, the box?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that thing is.
And you're familiar with it, Brad?
I am. We back at the old place, we told a few people about the gun box, and this is one of the coolest and most effective gun safes I've ever seen. I mean, it's just from the design, because a lot of them are just, like you said, clunky boxes.
Yeah.
They're ugly as hell is basically the thing.
The design of this looking, because I've not handled one. This is the first time I've even touched it. The design looks very sleek and modern and does not look like it's going to be solid, which is nice because you've got something that's very decorative, very nice, it's attractive looking. But when you feel this thing, this is a solid piece of
it's got some weight to it.
Of material.
Yep.
All right.
And there's other features too, and I know about them.
We'll talk about that coming up. Thegunbox.com, thegunbox.com. More with Rob live from SHOT Show coming up next on MoJo 50.
This is the MoJo 50 Institute for the Advanced Application of Freedom. Ya bitches.
The mothership has landed.
A couple years ago, I'm wandering through the studio, talking to my friend Brad Staggs, as I was wont to do at the time. And Brad would have all kinds of little props and things set up. Sometimes he'd try to put on a little magic show and have little magic stuff and whatever.
Rabbits, ferrets, whatever.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. And Brad had a prop gun laying on the counter, and I pick up the prop gun, and I was just about to screw around with the prop gun when I thought to myself, wow, this is really lifelike, like a real gun. And then I was like, it's a good thing I didn't start pulling the trigger and waving it around, even though there's not a magazine in it, because it was not a prop gun. It was a real gun Brad was using as a prop with the magazine.
My Glock 23 is a magazine.
Yes, exactly. And he was using it to advertise the the gun box for the gunbox.com.
You know, the fun never stops at a studio.
And I was like, Brad, I just assumed that. He goes, why would you assume it's a prop? And I go, because you're using it on TV or whatever. He goes, where am I going to get a prop? He goes, I just assumed nobody was screwing with my gun. So that's when Brad started locking it up all the time with the gun box. And it worked out really well because it kept people like me out of away from his firearms as well.
Kept you safe.
Exactly. Rob from thegunbox.com is joining us now to tell us about some more of the features on their gun boxes. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well.
You're exhausted, aren't you, Rob?
Not too bad.
It's been a
Not
long
hey,
week.
You know, it's like Friday. You know, getting ready to leave.
That's it. Okay, so tell us about the construction of the gun box.
So the gun box. This is our 2.0 model. It's die-cast aluminum. We also have 3 ways of entry. We have fingerprint. We have keypad. We also have RFID technology.
That's real nice too, because you got some wearable stuff with it, right?
That's correct. Yeah, it comes with cards and fobs, but we also sell as accessories. We have wristbands. We have rings. We also have little stickers you can put on your phone or some innate object that will open it and have safe or quick access to the safe.
Which is really cool too, because if you got a ring or a bracelet or something on, it's like boom, rub it over it, grab the gun, and you're ready to go. It's really cool. I think most people get that.
Yeah, for Matlock, they have nipple rings. So.
Oh, which is good. So you just rub your chest on it or what? Yeah, exactly.
Works every time.
There you go.
That's right.
Works every time.
Also, it also has USBs on the back as well that you can use to plug in a phone.
Oh, cool.
And Kensington lock, this can actually be bolted down or it can be tethered with a security tether cable. Number one function, though, and why we created this, to help keep families and kids safe, is the internal audible alarm. So it's got a motion sensor on it. So if it so if it's moved about plus or minus 2%, it'll sound an alarm that will not go off until you use your key, your fingerprint, or the keypad in order to turn that off. So it's a deterrent for children.
So it's funny with the USB, this would be something you could set up on your nightstand or whatever.
Right.
And then you can even plug your phone in. It makes it easy. And because of the USB, you don't end up with the other cable going to your outlet and all of that stuff, whatever. Right. And this is chargeable, right?
Yeah, so lasts 3 months on a single charge. And internal battery, it'll last 30,000 cycles. So do the math. If you only have to do it every four times a year, it
looks
good.
Quite a bit. It doesn't look like a big clunky.
No, and that's what I meant. That's what I meant by it. Unless you really look at it, you're not even going to know what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you see the keypad, so you may say, "Oh, it's obviously some sort of lockbox," but it's even kind of low profile because it's the same color as the box or that part of the box. You're not going to look at it instantly and know what it is.
Yeah. And they have plans, of course, for the bonsai tree to grow
out of it,
center.
which is I don't think that's it.
Like
but who knows? Maybe they will. What are you guys working on for the future?
Well, the future, we're actually in about 3 to 4 months. We're going to be launching our smartphone alert notifications. So if the box is moved or tampered with or low battery, you'll get a push or a text notification, alerting you that there's something wrong.
And it's not if somebody accessed the box, if they move it too much.
If they move it.
Which is perfect.
In fact, they're going to have a very difficult time accessing it. We've done tons of torture testing and things like that. Dropped it off a 2-story building, run it over with a car, and it still works. So
it's pretty incredible. I don't know how, and it must be tough when you get to this point in the game. It's like, what do we do to make it cooler? What do we do to make it more effective? What do we do to make it better?
Racing stripes.
Yeah, it's already really has
Yeah,
that.
it
I
does
mean, I
kinda
don't
have
know
that
what
or
else
whatever.
it could do.
That's it.
To make it better and more effective and safer.
It's also a waffle
Right.
iron. See,
It's a floor
it makes
wax.
dinner. It's a dessert topping.
Yes.
We get George Foreman.
Exactly.
Yes.
Actually, it's lower profile like that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good way to think about it. About
Right.
that
Very
thickness.
sleek.
That's awesome. It's called the Gun Box. Go to thegunbox.com and check it out. And Rob, let us know what we can do for you in the future to help promote it and hopefully sell a bunch for
We're
you.
already big
Oh,
fans,
do you
so.
sell direct to customer at the website, right?
Yep.
Thegunbox.com. That's the gun. Let's say, you had some local community organization that said, "Wow, we want to buy like 1,000 of these." Could you do that?
Yeah, we
for
can
me?
accommodate
You
that.
could do that accommodate?
Yep.
I know about like 2,000
with a
Can
smile.
you do that?
You want 2,000? Yeah.
We can do
With
that.
a
We'll get it done for
smile.
you. We'll find a way. All right, Rob. Thanks
Hey,
so much.
you guys are awesome. Appreciate it,
brother. Good to see you again.
Thegunbox.com.
You too.
Good to
Take
see
care.
you.
We're just telling you about great products and services here at SHOT Show Las Vegas. If you go to our social media sites, we have some different videos out. and
Share
we'll
them. Share a lot.
Yeah,
Seriously.
please do that because that's going to help all of these companies sell a lot of their products. And a lot of them are doing good, too. Aside from having that capitalistic attitude and spirit and trying to, make some money for their families and they're doing some good in the world, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And don't
share
forget-
all of this.
Yeah, and don't forget the Plus One program that the NSSF is doing with SHOT Show. Just introduce somebody to the gun sport, to the shooting sport, to the hunting sport, whatever it is you do. If you like doing it, introduce somebody else to it. If everybody did that, if everybody did that, we'd double our numbers.
Do you know how many children we'd save?
Exactly.
We would save so many children.
Do it for the antelope. Do
You know
it for
what?
the children.
I don't want to oversell this, the Plus One program.
Right.
But if everybody just took part in the Plus One service,
Yes.
or idea, the campaign, unicorns would likely return. They would once again roam the earth free.
That's a beautiful thought.
Isn't
That's
it?
Really
I'd
beautiful
like to
thought.
see that happen. I
would
think we
too.
could get it done.
I would too.
Now, we have the gun box, right?
Yes, we do.
And what would look good in that gun box? And I think work is just about any firearm you got from TRA Guns.
Yes, absolutely. Anything. And you can find just about anything at traguns.com.
You can't. What is that site?
It's traguns.com.
I thought it was Tar River Arms.
Well, you see, that's them, but it's traguns.com, which
Oh,
is
that sounds
directly at
fantastic, yeah.
tarriverarms.com. And Kurt and the guys there, amazing job.
Now, what I've heard,
Best
the
customer service.
scuttlebutt is around the show
You
here.
can't say that on the air.
I'm sorry.
Don't say
the word
scuttlebutt.
on the street around
Yes,
the show
that's
here
better.
is that TRA Guns has revolutionized online firearm purchases.
It is amazing. They've got those three-dimensional, those 360-degree views. It's almost like a hologram jumping out and biting you on the nose.
I heard they're working on 361-degree, but
They
I don't
are,
want to
but
speak
at
out
the
of turn.
zip,
Sorry.
zip.
And they have the high-resolution photos,
Yes,
so you
they
can actually
do.
see the gun.
Yes, you can
Most
see.
cases, they're going to take care of the licensing fee as you transfer it to your
Right.
local FFL and also the taxes. So just go ahead and contact them today.
And Kurt said when we were talking to him, if somebody is on the fence about what kind of firearm they want, what gun they want, call him up. The guy knows guns ins and
Oh,
out.
he
in
knows.
and out.
He knows guys.
Yeah, he will tell you.
knows
He'll
guys.
tell you what you need.
TRAguns.com. Joining us now at SHOT Show is Monica. Monica, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing well. And you're from Rex Specs?
Yeah, Rex Specs Canine Goggles.
Rex is in like a traditional dog's name, Rex.
Sure
and Specs
enough.
like goggles, so
Canine.
it's dog goggles.
It's like doggles.
No, don't say that. Knock it off.
Is that another brand?
It's
Dog-
gone.
It
Is Doggles
is.
a brand?
It is.
Gone to the dogs.
That's why these are Rex Specs.
Yes.
Didn't I warn you about
Dog
that?
goggles.
I warned Brad about that.
What?
And we had this huge debate saying that.
Saying Doggles?
Yeah, don't say it again. You're saying it again.
Stop
Monica,
saying it.
If you want to mention any other radio station, you go
Go
ahead
ahead
and do
right
that.
now.
Put it up there. Any other host.
Kiss
that's
FM
fine.
106.7. There you go. I
Thank
did
you.
it for you.
The
Did
future
it
of
for you.
Blowing up
rock
the
and roll.
competition. Thanks, guys.
Wow.
Monica hates us now.
And this is the reason
For other
that
reasons.
this is his first
Right.
and last day with
He's-
us.
No,
His
he's
only-
been here for a while.
Sorry, sir, you're fired.
That's it, exactly. You
Not
know,
the first day.
Unfortunately, she fired you at the end of the show. It would have been much easier to run your life.
I got you.
All right. Explain Rex Specs to us.
Sure. So
Ooh,
we
these are
started.
lightweight.
Yeah, super lightweight, really durable though. We started out just our dogs needed some UV protection. The owners of the company, their dog had a eye disease called Panis.
Oh, Panis is the worst.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Wow.
Panis on dog?
Self-edit. Got it.
Yeah, Panis. I mean, Panis with the dogs.
Right.
That's
Yes.
horrible.
Yeah,
Monica
yeah.
knew where I was going.
I don't know what it is.
I certainly did.
Yeah, she did.
So we created a goggle. It is UV 400. So that lens there provides 99.9% UV protection for a dog's eyes. It is also rated for impact resistance. So it's basically not only a sunglass for dogs, but also a safety goggle.
All right, I got to ask the question.
There you go.
How tough is it to get a dog to keep this on its face?
Sure. So do you mind if I? Here we go. So these lenses are removable and
Okay.
replaceable. We sell replacement
So
lenses
do you
as
start
well.
with just the outside for training?
You do.
Bing!
You do.
And that's the secret of Rec Specs.
So you're gonna just put this on the dog's face like this with just the frame here. They'll get used to that pretty quickly. A little bit of training, positive reinforcement, of course.
Stun guns help.
And then you can move to a clear lens, which every goggle comes with a clear lens, and then an additional lens of your choice.
And then the mirrored lens.
And
That's where
right.
they become the badass.
Try that with a cat.
They come in 6 different sizes. The extra smalls, we've seen them on cats. People aren't afraid.
And boy, are those cats
happy.
pissed.
They love them.
It's always funny.
The only reason you're going to have trouble with cats is because they're dog focused. Cats doesn't want a dog product or whatever, you know.
So these have become super popular with military dogs, police canines. In the last year, we've seen a lot of hunters using them. Hunters and hunting dogs get seeds in their eyes very often, and this helps prevent
that's a
the
great,
seeds,
yeah.
the
little prickly things and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
So for those people that are listening and aren't watching the live feed as well on with the video capability, so think goggles. Most people understand goggles.
Yep.
But the top has mesh, so it's letting in air for the
Yep,
dog.
breathable, and especially hunting dogs or upland bird dogs, they'll wear them in the water, and it does drain water, and it
Okay.
helps prevent fogging.
Yeah, I was going to say that has to be an issue.
If you were describing them, I would say they're like ski goggles.
Sure. So
this
we
kind
are
of a one,
can't
kind of a
ski,
one. Thank
Ron.
you, Brad.
They cannot
They
ski.
can. They can. We're based
seen
in
'em
Jackson,
skateboard.
Wyoming, where there's lots of mountains. All skiers there.
I'd like to see a dog.
I've seen a
water
bulldog
ski.
on a skateboard, Brad. Bulldog on a skateboard.
That's a euphemism. That's a euphemism, Ron.
No, they're like a ski goggle, just a one piece.
Yeah, the original
That's
prototypes were
impressive.
just made out of human ski goggles.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
But, and they've got
the
large
original ones
snout
they
and-
glued on.
They're
Totally.
actually
Until they came up with the strap.
Try
which I think is-
stapling those on a cat's head.
Look,
Ron's
there's
just trying to redeem himself.
There's
now. That's all
something
he's doing.
about a large dog, German Shepherd breeder, let's say Malinois, wearing Rec Specs that you just don't want to mess with.
No,
the
no, no.
dog.
And you had some mod, like not live dogs. We had some like stuffed
dead
animal
dogs?
type dogs down there. And
We
then
do
you had
have a
bunch of
live dog.
I
over-
didn't see the.
We do. We have a Malinois at our booth.
Oh, okay. And he's right about that. Looks pretty cool. I still can't get beyond how lightweight. Which you would have to be for a pet, right? I mean, they're
Of
not going to
course.
wear them, whatever. So lightweight, but still
And
durable.
especially
Feel how lightweight these are.
in the tactical
Feel-
situation.
Well, I
they
started
Feel how
this-
lightweight they
This is
are.
why no one likes you.
I started
They
to
are
say
Those
when
are lightweight.
you're in a tactical situation or you're a military working dog.
Sure.
Those things.
These are cool.
Now, would those work? Let's say if you're a Navy SEAL jumping out of a plane.
Yep, they
with
use
your
them
dog.
quite often
Yeah.
for that
Nice.
type of situation.
Isn't there a picture in your booth of
There
a guy
is.
skydiving with the dog goggles?
Yeah,
so
if you
cool.
go to our
That's
Instagram account, you will see some crazy stuff with dogs in these
You should
goggles.
go to my Instagram account.
Well, we also.
You want to see some crazy stuff?
You don't want to see that.
Oh, you don't know.
So I can imagine dogs that are working around construction sites and stuff too. This would be probably a good thing for them. We see like the dogs, the cadaver dogs, and dogs that are digging after some sort of natural disaster.
Yeah.
I mean, that's going to be something that could help them out, I imagine, as well.
Yeah. And we also have a new product coming out at the end of this year, which I think has just been a little bit of a hit at the show.
The fish goggles are fantastic.
Yes,
Yeah,
they are.
the goldfish
Yes,
goggle.
They are amazing. It's a one piece, and it has
Yeah.
to go over the top, Ron.
The only problem is when you have to let the glue dry before you put the fish back in the
Exactly.
bowl.
It's difficult
Yeah, it
work, so.
Yeah, water-resistant glue.
I wasn't
Right,
supposed to
right,
mention
right,
that one yet, was I?
No,
I'm
no,
sorry,
it's
that's down the
okay.
road.
It's okay. We're trying to get people psyched on that. We have a goggle that has a built-in POV camera. So it is the doggy
cool.
GoPro.
Oh, that's cool.
Now you know where he's going all day.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Uh-huh. Been out slutting around.
Now the
his
next thing is for the handler to be wearing goggles or glasses that show his point of view.
So we have that. We have that as well. We have a military version that communicates back to a handheld device, and the dog handler can actually communicate to the dog. So there's speakers built into the goggle.
That is fantastic.
My wife's going to have me wearing these.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's military.
So she can see my POV.
Oh, for sure.
POV.
Have you seen Black Mirror?
I was going to say you just got all the ideas. So you
I
just
did.
got the whole thing. Okay.
Oh, this is gold.
This
Jerry.
is really a cool product. I got to tell
Yes,
you, I'm
it
really
is.
impressed with the construction and again how lightweight it is. It looks like you guys really have got the details down. How long have you been around?
About 5 years.
So you guys have really put it together,
For
right?
sure.
Now you got it done. Is this your company, a family company?
It is not. I am the marketing director for the company. The
Okay.
company was started by a couple whose, again, dog had panis.
I understand. Panis, of course. That's horrible. That's right.
Not to be confused with anything else.
And you guys are in Wyoming?
We are Jackson, Wyoming. Yep.
Okay. And the website?
RexSpecs.com.
RexSpecs.com, just like it sounds. RexSpecs.com.
Yeah. I already put it on our pages. I tweeted that one out. So those
Monica, this
are
is
cool.
honestly a really cool product.
Thank you, guys.
Let us know how we can help you in the future, okay? And just call
Yeah.
us up. You got something going on. We'll help you out if we can.
For
okay?
sure.
RexSpecs.com. Check it out.
Thank
Thanks
you
so
guys
much.
so much.
Thanks, Monica.
All right. We're live from SHOT Show. Let's see what else we have going on as well here.
Next victim. Come on in, Anthony. Have a seat over here.
You didn't
Swap
offer
seats.
Monica any.
Oh, Monica. I'm sorry. Monica, would you prefer? I might even give up my Dijon. Would you like Dijon mustard or Ruby Red Grapefruit?
She's
Really?
good. She's
Wow.
turning you down.
She's
Smart
turning-
move.
turning
you
me down.
I don't know if those still have the seal
Wow.
on them. So. Very
Wow.
Good. That's it.
All right.
How are
fine.
you, Anthony? Thanks for waiting and putting up with our BS. How are you?
Doing great, thanks.
What's your company? Who are you with?
We're with Freedom Hunters.
Freedom Hunters.
Yeah, we're a military outreach program. We take servicemen and their families on hunting, shooting, fishing trips all around the country and internationally.
This is solid. This is something we need to hear about. I am fascinated and fully support various organizations that has done not exactly what you're doing, but where we take vets and say, let's go do some different fun stuff. There's people take them on trips and all kinds of different stuff. Tell us about yours.
Yeah, it's interesting. I started the organization just to say thank you for your service, and it's turned into so much more. The therapeutic value of getting outdoors and being in Mother Nature's greatness has done so much more and really helped to heal and bring the guys out of their shells and off the couches.
So what was the thought process where you initially said, yeah, I'm going to go do this and just say thank you?
I was just talking with a friend in the outdoor industry, and he was wanting to do something, and it just sparked an interest in me and saying, why can't I do something?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where it can be for anybody. You need to take that step. It's I'm a simple guy. I don't have any major degrees, so just go out and do it and do your best to help others.
You're gonna love this. So we started a few years ago at the old place, something called Building America, where I just said, it's harder than ever for companies or organizations to break free or break through all the noise out there. It's easier than ever to start something, but it's harder to get that extra exposure. And so we started giving companies, just interviews like this and putting them on the air. And then along that, we realized something. We have a passion for entrepreneurs. And it's not necessarily for profit when I say entrepreneurs, but people that have that, we can do something. And we boiled it down to two steps, two things, and it's very broad, but dreaming, right? An idea, a concept, and it could be very big or specific, but then the second part that most people don't get, and that is the doing. It's that final step of saying, I'm going to go and do this.
Yeah, and it started off, obviously, one trip in 2006, and it's been building and building. Now we're taking over 1,900 guys annually, 350 trips. Mm-hmm. So it's neat. You see the volunteers come in, and each volunteer brings their own specialty.
Yeah.
So it's very cool.
And I imagine as you see the different veterans there, different backgrounds, needs, things that they get out of the trip, where you have a moment probably where you see someone and you're like, okay, that's clicking with him. It's working. That we did good there, right?
Absolutely. We've had guys. You talk to them beforehand. They're a little hesitant about coming. They give you one or two word answers, yes sir, no sir, not sure if I can do this. And then, by the time the trip's over, they're just nonstop, an hour and a half, this is the greatest thing in the world.
Well, and it's too, we forget vets, they don't want people to do for them. And,
no.
They don't want, most of us don't want to ask for help. It's like, I can do this. I don't want to be a burden. Come on, Anthony. I don't want to be a burden, right? I mean, that's
absolutely. It's it's self-empowering.
Yeah.
And gets them forward thinking. And it's, maybe one trip or maybe a couple trips that we're able to get a single vet on. But once we get them out and let them know and realize that they can do something on their own, then, it's like just turning them loose.
Yep.
Run, baby, run.
That's awesome. Okay, so are you for-profit or nonprofit?
Nonprofit.
Okay, nonprofit. So would it help if people donated?
Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. All right, sounds good. Where can they find you?
Freedomhunters.org. We've got a donate button right on the front page.
Good. Freedomhunters.org. So go ahead and please, you got $5, $10. Hey, I would love to see, some big company say, you know what? This is going to be one of our things. We're going to help you out. We're going to donate $100,000 a year, $200 or something like that. There's a lot of veterans out there, a lot of big companies that give money anyways, charitable organizations, and I can't imagine a better way to donate and help people out.
Absolutely. It's been exciting. We've had people like Benelli step up, and they put on an invitational shoot for us every year in Maryland.
That's nice.
And
Anthony, if you can move to your left a little bit, we're going to bring the dogs and the wheelchair up, and we're going to get pictures.
Oh, that's
no
cool.
problem. Yeah, these are two of the vets that we've had out on adventures who have turned volunteers, Brian Gleba and Cade Hinkhouse. Super guys. So it's kind of neat to see. Cade's this is his first time volunteering, so we're putting him under the gun here.
How you doing? Good?
Good, how are you?
Pull it right up real close to you there.
Okay, is that better?
So did you were part of Freedom Hunters before you volunteered? You actually went out, or they had you go through one of the outings?
Yeah, absolutely. I've hunted turkey and duck and I'm not sure what elk also was the last thing. Yeah.
So did we describe it right? Where it's probably like, listen, I don't want the help and whatever, and then it's like, wow, this is really a good thing.
Yeah, pretty much. You kind of want to you want to get out and do stuff, and these guys offer that kind of venue. You can get out, go on hunts. It can be life-changing.
What did it do for you?
What did it do for you?
Just kind of showed me, you could still be normal, still do the things you love to do, even if, it requires a little bit of adaptation, and it was just really the times I went out with them was really positive. You get to meet new people, share stories. It's not just about being out in the field. I mean, yeah, that's part of it, but it's also about the connections you can make, and that's also a form of therapy for me and a lot of other guys.
It's not so much none of us really want, nobody wants to need help, right? I mean, I don't think anybody out there wants
especially
to.
Guys.
But especially guys.
Especially guys.
And then guys who've served. You're like, damn it, I used to be out there and I was responsible for millions of dollars of equipment and literally my buddy's life's in my hands. And now here I am asking somebody for help or needing. It's got to be maddening. But something like this sounds like really, it's just one little bit of help up at front to get you. But once you're there, right, you're, like you said, adaptation.
Yeah, it's a form of rehabilitation, I mean, sure, I mean, a lot of us we grew up hunting in various parts of the country, and doing our thing out there. But when you lose a limb or the ability to do something you used to be able to, like guys that do archery hunts that are missing a limb, well, they don't have that other hand to either hold the bow or pull the string back, so they have essentially a mouthpiece that they can grab onto with their mouth
cool.
in order to draw back and fire.
What do you like to hunt? What's your favorite?
Probably elk.
Elk. Big, yeah.
Yeah, big guys. And obviously, like, that's a big animal, like, that's hard to do on your own.
You eat elk?
So.
You
Yeah.
Eat? Yeah?
Yeah.
Elk's one of the ones I haven't had. I've had, obviously, deer, and I've had bear and all sorts.
I've had elk.
But I don't think I've had elk.
Have I had elk?
Well, it's the healthiest red meat.
Elk.
Is it deer-esque, though? Is it pretty venison-esque?
Yeah. It's less so than deer.
It doesn't taste
more,
gamey.
Is it more lean?
Yeah, it's
Or
more
pretty
lean.
lean than
yeah,
a lot of
well,
them.
they're an animal that has to trek up and down mountains and across fields.
Yeah.
Like, I guess they can go up to like 30 miles in a day.
Mm-hmm. So now you're a volunteer. That's got to be pretty rewarding.
Yeah, just as a way to give back. I mean, these guys have helped me on, like I said, those hunts, and.
But it's also giving you a little something too when you help out, right? I mean, that's a great feeling, right?
Yeah, I just want to give back. These guys, they impacted my life, and I wanted to continue to impact others.
That's awesome. Well said, sir. Thank you so much, and thanks for your service. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, so give me the website again.
It is freedomhunters.org.
Freedomhunters.org. Please go there and donate. And if you're part of a company that often will donate, maybe you go to your boss or you email HR and say, have you guys ever considered this? Freedomhunters.org.
Yeah, do what you can.
Thanks, guys. And thank you for your service. Doc Thompson.
High capacity, fully automatic, large caliber, Freedom. MoJo 50. The Daily MoJo.
Doc Thompson and Brad Staggs live from SHOT Show, Las Vegas. Joining us now is Madeline and Caleb from U.S. Shooting. How are you?
We're doing well today. How are you?
Doing well. What is U.S. Shooting?
USA Shooting is USA Shooting is the nonprofit organization. It is the Olympic pipeline for all shooting sports in the Olympics. So we do rifle, shotgun, pistol. We have about 14 events, and we have about 80 to 90 athletes on our national team as of right now.
As well as Paralympic rifle and pistol.
Wow.
Wow. This is it. This is the show, right? You want to go to the show. This is what you have to do, right?
Yes, sir.
So are both of you on the team?
Yes, sir. I'm on the men's open national bunker team.
Okay.
And I am on the women's junior bunker team, and I was on the world championship team last year.
So what do you both shoot?
We both shoot shotguns, sir. We shoot bunker trap.
Okay.
International bunker, yes, sir.
And then how far are you? How successful are you?
I did my first international shoot last year. I went to Papeto, Italy. I won my first international medal. I took gold out there for my division.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I ended up taking another gold medal home with my teammate Dale Royer. We competed in the mixed team trap event. That's a new event that just came out a few years ago.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
That's neat, yeah.
This will be the first Olympics that it's going to be in place, so we're getting excited for it. But yeah, I've been trying to make my name for it. Right now, I'm still in the junior team, working my way up to the open team, like my friend Caleb.
What's the goal?
The Olympics. I mean, that is ultimately the
gold
end goal.
in the Olympics. That's
yes,
the
sir.
one, right?
Yes, sir.
Now the nice thing is this is something you could compete in for a long time, right? I mean, you could have a long career.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
you
sir.
go to many Olympics.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty cool.
You're showing him far too much respect, by the way. Far too much.
I don't know if you know.
We're gonna have a conversation after this.
I don't know if you know Kim Rohde. She is the only woman in the America to have 6 consecutive Olympic medals at the last Olympics, and she's going for her 7th medal at this next Olympics in 2020 in Tokyo. So she is right now the lady that I strive to be.
That's awesome. I can't imagine. representing your country on the Olympic stage like that.
You
right?
won't ever have to worry about it, by the way.
You know what? You're not helping. I mean, you've got to think about that, right?
Yes, sir.
So you finally get that moment. You know you've competed. You've been your best, and you take home the gold at the Olympics, and they play the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I can make
You'd
it through
be
without
crying
shedding
your
a tear.
eyes
Shedding
out.
a tear just thinking about it right now.
Jeez.
That's a pretty cool thought. How did you both get started?
So I have a different story than most people. I had shot a shotgun about 3 times before I ever actually started competing competitively. Twice at a piece of paper, once at a turkey. That was about it.
Did you hit either one?
Yes.
There you go.
Fortunately, I did.
Unfortunately, it was the paper.
All right.
Yes. I actually started shooting in 8th grade at my middle school. My parents kind of dragged me to this meeting. I didn't really want to go, but I needed something to be constructive.
Gotcha.
So I went there, started shooting, ended up shooting through high school, and I actually shoot at my college. And I'm also now on the men's national bunker team.
Cool. What school do you go to?
I go to Martin Methodist College in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Okay. And do you know where that is?
That's in Tennessee.
All right.
No, we used to
Brad
live
is
in Nashville.
kind of from Tennessee.
Okay, well, I'm from Spring Hill, about an hour south of
Oh,
Nashville.
yeah. Been there many times.
So Barron said, "Okay, you're going to force you to do this." How long before it clicked and you're like, "I love this"?
It took a couple months. Like I said, I'd only shot a shotgun 3 times, so I'm going out. Okay, I'm going to start this new sport with something I'm really unfamiliar with,
and probably not real good at.
No, I
Yeah.
was not. But I quickly progressed. Like, okay, this is pretty fun. I started out shooting American trap, moved into skeet, sporting clays, and then midway through high school, I started shooting international bunker, and I took home the national title in 2018 for men's bunker.
Wow, that's cool. And obviously put you on the right track, young man.
Yes, sir.
And how did you get started, Madeline?
So my family's big into hunting. My grandpa and his 4 brothers, they didn't have anyone supporting them to go hunting. They were a very liberal, kind of family. So my grandpa and his 3 brothers were like, you know what, we're gonna do this on our own. So they basically taught themselves how to hunt, and they passed it on to my dad, who then took me hunting ever since I was 5 years old. At about 9, I picked up my first shotgun and started shooting just trap and clay targets, and I've been shooting bunker for about 5 years. I shot on my high school competitively, and now I shoot for my collegiate team competitively, and now I'm on Team USA, and I honestly never thought I'd make it this far, so I'm very grateful.
You guys are so excited about this. I
Wow.
love it. I love how passionate you guys are. Seriously, that's
Now,
awesome.
I know what it is, but please explain for Doc what bunker is.
Please.
Yeah.
So we're going to kind of piggyback here. I'll give you the fundamentals. Bunker trap is American trap shooting on steroids. So you take the American trap house extended by about 75 feet long. It's a big bunker. It's a cement and concrete bunker. And then instead of having the little semicircle ring that trap shooters have, extend the line straight, and you still have the 5 places, but you add a 6th person in. So then when you shoot one target at one station, you move. So then the person that's in the 6th spot will fill in, and you'll just keep moving down the line, and everyone will shoot 1, and you end up doing 5 passes for a total of 25 targets. The targets are bumped up from 40 miles per hour in American trap to 80 miles per hour in bunker trap. So it is bunker trap on steroids. And Caleb,
it's not as easy as it sounds.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no.
I've shot skeet and trap once.
How'd that work?
Sucked at
No.
it.
Let me clarify.
Yes.
You shot at.
Yes, I did. I attempted. I'm
once.
fairly certain that every time I shot, it went somewhere in the sky.
So to continue what Maddie's saying, American trap oscillates left to right at a fixed angle on height-wise at 42 miles an hour. Bunker has 15 machines in the house as opposed to 1, all fixed angles. Each station has a left machine, a center machine, and a right machine. You get 2 lefts, 2 rights, and a single straightaway per station to total your 25 targets, ranging from 0 degree to 45 degree, and from 1 meter high to 3 meters high.
What do you find the hardest? What angles to shoot?
About a 45 degree left or right, 1 meter high target.
And is that for you as well, or is it vary per person?
It varies on the day, to be honest, for me. It seems
Okay.
some days I can hit those hard angles, and other days I miss the straightaway that's right in front of my
You're
face,
like,
I do that
right?
a lot.
Okay, sounds good. So where can people find out more about USA Shooting?
Follow our website, usashooting.org. That's where you can find all the members on the team. You can find out how to donate to us if people want to donate. You can find matches on Find a Match.
Okay.
We have matches all over the country that are either sponsored by USA Shooting or hosted by USA Shooting. You can also follow us on Facebook at USA Shooting, the national governing body, or you can follow us on Instagram at USA Shooting.
You guys have your own personal social media accounts
Yes,
as well?
we do.
All right, let's hear them.
All right, I got Maddie Burno on Instagram and Madeline Burno on Facebook. That's my athlete page.
I am Caleb Lindsay on Facebook and Caleb A. Lindsay, all one word, on Instagram.
All right, sounds good. Guys, that's awesome. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank
Good
you.
Thank
luck.
you very much.
Congratulations so far. All right, thanks so much.
Great job.
That's how
talking
it's done.
to you.
That's how it's done.
Right.
Why
I've,
can't you
I've
sound
taken
that
notes.
good?
I've taken notes from them.
Do you remember when you were young and passionate before you got old and jaded? It's been a long time.
Dinosaurs roamed the earth.
Dinosaurs.
There was nothing here at that time, as a matter of fact. Vegas was underwater then.
Brad's
yes.
like, I shoot pterodactyl.
Oh, yeah.
You
know, those pterodactyls, they moved a lot faster than you'd think for being a large bird. They made some quick turns, let me just tell you.
Richard, how are you, sir?
Awesome, sir.
Welcome aboard. Where are you from?
Las Vegas, Nevada is right where I live.
And what's your company or organization that you're here talking about?
I'm here supporting Walk the Talk America, which is we want to bridge the gap between firearm community and mental health. And so Mike Sidoni, he's a good friend of mine for quite a while now, and we work with Gun Vault and Mike Baker over there, but I'm local. I work for the Office of Suicide Prevention for the state of Nevada, and I'm the walk part of Walk the Talk America, meaning what are we doing locally? What are we doing on the ground, boots on the ground? I got Mike and I got Mental Health America bringing this conversation nationwide, but I've been doing it right here locally for 6 years.
It's, and it's unique to Las Vegas?
My job is a state job, and so I work for the Office of Suicide Prevention, but we have reduced access to lethal means.
But, I mean, is this duplicated in other states as well?
Yes, but maybe not to this degree
or
to a higher degree.
Gotcha, okay.
So I was able to connect with Mike Sidoni here locally because this is where he lives, because he wanted to find out what we were doing.
Gotcha,
We were the third state to start doing this after Washington and New Hampshire. So our program here is mirrored after Washington and New Hampshire to reach out to the gun community and offer trainings to the gun shops and shooting ranges. That's what we do here. We give out pamphlets when somebody's in a crisis. Where's your firearm when it's not on your hand, not on your hip? Who has access to it when it's not in your possession? We always want to think about where our firearm is stored.
Well, and I think you hit it right there. What are we doing? Yep. I mean, obviously we need to do more. We need to come up with something. Unfortunately, the political debate of guns and Second Amendment and all of this bogs us all down instead of us looking at what's really going on. There's a lot of people, and there's a unique thread that's going through suicides and people who unfortunately commit heinous crimes, whether with a firearm or not, and that is some form of mental instability. And unfortunately, are we not focused on that part of it? Those that do want to make this they're crazy or they're not crazy, and that is not the case. Crazy, or official terms, schizophrenia or any of these, our diagnoses are extremes. Yes. And unfortunately, there is a whole range of gray areas of temporarily going through some troubles in your life or whatever, all the way up to the extreme, mental illness that we don't focus on. Correct. You may be having just a difficult time in your life right now for whatever the reason, and we all have those days in our lives that make you a little more on edge. That's what we have to focus on. What are we doing?
Absolutely. So I have a friend. He lost his brother to suicide, and he was going through that grief process. And it was going to take about 6 months for him to go to Oregon and do all of that. And I asked him, hey, can we change your combination to your safe and let me hold on to that until you get through this? And he said, absolutely. I had a friend, he lived in my neighborhood right across the street, and he was going through a divorce. I said, Richard, do me a favor and let me hold on to your firearm for a while until you get through this rough period. He said, absolutely.
Is that a difficult conversation to have? Because, unless the person trusts you, it's good. What? You say you're better than me?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. There's an accusation almost if you're not careful.
If you come across the wrong way, it could actually be. But if you're close enough that you feel that you can ask that question.
You should be asking it.
You should be absolutely asking it. And being there for them, that shows that you care for them and that you're willing to be that support person and that it's okay. And you're not judging what they're going through. You're just there to support them. With the Office of Suicide Prevention in Nevada, we do everything across this whole state the same. And so we reach out to gun shops and shooting ranges. We provide training to gun shop employees and managers and owners to recognize when somebody might be coming in to find a way to end their life. We just finished some videos. We filmed them on May 16th. They're being released this month worldwide. These videos depict somebody going into a gun shop with intentions of ending their life. And the employee picked up on that. Now, these trainings are worldwide, so the instructors are able to pull from hundreds of videos. We just added more videos in the gun community to help gun employees. Oh, okay, this is what it looks like. This is how we can do this. And you connect them to the gun shop owner or manager who has a higher level of training to do an intervention and connect them to a resource in the community. Can you imagine somebody going to a gun shop to try to find a way to end their life, and instead they get help?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, you're right. You're going in for one thing and this other thing that ends up. If I'm not mistaken, and people like to use the word gun death as opposed to murder, and those are very different because it inflates that number when they have an anti-gun agenda and all this. But if I'm not mistaken, suicide is the biggest component of gun death. In other words, more people commit suicide with a gun than people murder with a gun. Or is that right?
That is correct. And I actually have the statistics in my brain for suicides by firearm in Nevada. So historically, it's 57%. But since we've done this program, we're running on about 6 years now, we have come all the way down to 51.3%.
That's awesome.
Great.
And that particular year, the nation average was 51.1. Okay,
So,
for Nevada to be that close to the national average in something negative is uncommon. Current year, we're at 54%. So we haven't gotten back up to 57% or above.
It's a constant battle.
It is. It is, and it's going to fluctuate.
I'm hoping if we focus on these things, though, long term, and we keep, and finally actually talking about the problem, and again, that's mental health. And I like to say that as opposed to mental illness, because, again, that's one very specific term. That maybe we can get a handle on it.
Yeah.
That long term, maybe you can make some change that will be long lasting, right? I mean, because it's still common, right? People still know they can do this.
Yes. In Nevada, 1999 and prior, we were number one hands down. No other state could touch us in the suicide rate. Between 2000 and 2010, we fluctuated between number 1 and number 5. 2011, we moved to number 6. 2012, we moved to number 7. 2013 and 14, we moved back to number 6. 2015, we jumped to number 11. 2016, we came back to number 5th. 2017, we jumped back to number 11. We've been out of the top 10 twice.
When you used to be number 1.
When we used to be
I
number 1.
told a story earlier. A guy that I knew when I lived here in the 90s came to town with the intention of killing himself. So there's something to be said for people coming to Las Vegas to kill themselves. Because it's that, well, I'm going to go out with the hurrah type thing. I'm going to put it all on the line. And fortunately for him, he didn't end up doing it. He kept winning.
Right.
And he cashed out everything he had. I told the story earlier today.
Yeah,
he came to town
story.
about like $800, and he goes, I kept winning, and he made a few $1,000s, and he was, doing drugs and drinking and whatever, but he would always end up with enough, a couple $1,000, maintain that for about 8 to 10 months. In the meantime, he met this woman. She took him to church, got it turned around, but right? I mean, it's if you can, for somebody that's right on the edge, just help them get beyond a day, a week. Am I right?
Absolutely. If you can get them resources, if you can get them time from a triggering event to be to the point that we can connect them and help correct some of those life crises that are going on. And by the way, the numbers I'm speaking of are our residents. Those numbers,
those are residents. Interesting.
We don't count into our Nevada stats somebody that comes here and ends their life. Because really we believe the pile of stuff that got them there is
that
back
makes sense.
home, not
Absolutely
here.
right. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
We are the only state in the United States to reduce our suicide rate, very small amount, between 2000 and 2016. Every other state has increased. That report just came out of the CDC not too long ago. We are the only state to reduce. Very small amount, but to be the only state to reduce, we've done something.
You know what I'd love to have you on the air in the future, and maybe we're launching a huge campaign to help veterans, kicking off Memorial Day weekend. And maybe you probably heard about it, and most of our audience has heard about it as well. 50 states in 50 days. But maybe we have you on the air in the weeks leading up to it, during the tour, and even after, and lay out some specific things that people and states can do. And let's put a sheet together of the 10 things people can do. What's working? Wow, Georgia has this one really cool thing that's helping. Nevada's done these things, and just put it together and just focus on those things, whatever number we come up with.
Absolutely. And you bring up a really good point. Veterans have certain things that might be going on. Our elderly have different things that are going on when it comes to suicide, but also age groups with mental health.
Yes.
We have the emerging mental health needs with our youth. So we teach youth mental health first aid here in Nevada. And all of our programs that we teach here in Nevada are either worldwide or nationwide. We're embarking on adult mental health first aid, where we can invite you in for a day and teach you how to engage with somebody that might be going through a mental health issue.
How can people find out more? If they know somebody that's struggling right now, or maybe they're struggling, is a website, phone number, how can they?
For Nevada, I have a couple different websites.
Okay.
We have some national organizations.
Let's give us the national ones, and then we could post the other ones on the website.
Absolutely. So the national organizations, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention is out there.
Okay.
We have other organizations, Mental Health America. We have Walk the Talk America, where we have screeners out there. We have multiple different national organizations. And then, like we mentioned, your local states should have programs that are there. Our Nevada state webpage has resources that you can read for where our direction is going, because we want to give guidance to all of our community members that want to get involved in this.
Richard, this is great stuff. Thanks so much for helping. We're going to get you back on to talk more about this or whatever. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. We're live from SHOT Show, but Beth, I just had an idea. You know what we should do? We should plan to regularly post on social media some of this stuff. That would be. What do you think about that? What is his damn?
Ron.
I can't. He's not paying
that's
attention.
Ron.
If I don't
Same
say-
guy.
Ron. If we should do that, and we could regularly post that across and encourage our hosts to do that, but certainly
absolutely.
from our parent social media accounts.
We
Like
could
MoJo
probably
50.
create some pages on the website that would
Yeah.
benefit.
Yeah,
Links to these.
But I mean, we can schedule stuff on the social media
yeah,
accounts where you go,
sure
hey,
can.
right, this will go out every so often or whatever. Remind people of help they can get. That'd be a real, especially as we head down to the tour or whatever. Brian, how are you, sir?
Good, sir. How are you?
Nice to meet you. What's your company or what's your organization?
Hey, I run a nonprofit called AmericanSnipers.org.
AmericanSnipers.org. And what do you do?
Man, we're all cops and military guys
Yes.
ourselves, and we're good friends with Chris Kyle. Chris actually named the book and the movie after us. We've been friends for a long time. SHOT Show's bittersweet for me because last time I saw Chris was right here.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Last thing Chris Kyle said to me alive was, "Hey, I love you, brother." I'm like, "Yeah, I love you too." And 3 weeks later, he was gone. So.
You never know, right?
But man, what we do, we're all cop snipers or military snipers ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple buddies after 9/11 that. Were deployed to the Guard and reserves, didn't have the gear they needed. SWAT guys at home, but military snipers also. And they're like, "Hey, man, I need this and this and this." And so just went out in uniform, started raising funds to buy them stuff, had money left over.
Because they don't get it automatically.
Yeah, they don't get
Some
it
of the
all
stuff
the
they
time.
need.
I mean, that's a myriad of reasons for that. We can go into that if you want.
Yeah.
But so anyway, we had money left over. We got them what they needed, but that was the community's money, not ours, and we're the police, so we don't take other people's money. So we started calling all the sniper schoolhouses and said, "Hey, can we help these guys out?" And they're like, "Sure." Man, that was shortly after 9/11, and $3 million, 1,200 sniper platoons help later. We're still at it.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a lot of people you guys have helped.
Yes, sir. That's platoons of people. That's not 1,200 individuals. That's
platoons.
1,200 different units. Yeah, that could be a 30-man scout sniper platoon or a 2-man SEAL team platoon. So anything in between.
So
Thousands
and thousands.
Thousands of people. Yes, sir. All of them putting bad guys in the dirt.
So you're a nonprofit?
Absolutely.
Okay, what's the website, first of all, so Brad can put that
It's
out there?
www.americansnipers, plural. .org.
AmericanSnipers.org. You got it?
I got it. I got it.
AmericanSnipers.org.
Man, we're like 3 levels up in the nonprofit food chain. Every single penny we make goes to GI Joe. Almost every bit of our overhead costs and everything are donated. If we need IT work done, there's a patriotic American that'll donate that. So we don't have to. Every penny goes to GI Joe. We won't make a dime off the back of an American GI. No, it will not happen.
That's really, really important for me. I am infuriated and have been for 30 years in this business.
Right.
Where you work with certain charities and you find out, hey, 87% goes to administrative.
Right.
It's maddening. It's
not going to
infuriating.
happen. Almost 100%. SHOT Show comps our booth here. We don't pay to be here.
Nice.
We've been here for 15 years and not one complaint from anybody ever. And if it happens, I'll be surprised. And I immediately put that fire out. I mean, I got a tattoo on my arm that says America, and that used to mean something.
Yeah. No, you're right.
It still does in this building. It still does
Amen,
a lot
brother.
of us. But we're losing it. And if we don't snap, it's
absolutely.
We've been there before, but I'd hate to go. I'd hate to go back again.
Yeah. You don't want to fight that ground or take.
No.
Fight
Yeah,
all that territory.
you would think we could move forward, but hey, history repeats itself. But anyway, back to the guys. I mean, what we're doing is we're providing gear for these guys. You know, the snipers are such a small minority. Their commanders are responsible for entire battalions of people or big units of people. The snipers are a force multiplier. I mean, we had 2 or 3 man sniper platoons in Iraq that killed more people than their whole division. You know, I'm talking 3 guys. And you know, a lot of times the commanders don't want to admit that their whole unit, you know, didn't do as good a job as 3 do. So you've got an ego thing there going on, and they've got their own budgets, and you know, the commanders decide how that money is spent. Sometimes the snipers, all their stuff's expensive. And a lot of times, you know, they're just 3 dudes out of 30 or 40 or 100, and they just don't get what they need. So, you know,
that is stunning.
It is. I know.
But
it's true. It happens, right?
But I mean, every unit in the military is just like its own entity, its own business, it's whatever. You know, you would think that they would get everything they need. I mean, where the hell's my tax money going? Well, we all know where it's going, but it ain't going to those guys.
Well,
so,
we've heard that over and over, even in the Gulf War, or back even the Gulf War. But the Gulf War, but certainly the war in Iraq and Afghanistan, where people are saying, "Hey, I don't have sunscreen. I don't have this stuff I need." Right? I mean, it's pretty basic.
It's going into the F-35.
Don't get me started on the Fu-35. That's a whole different thing there. Thank you very much. Is Chris Kyle's book pretty accurate?
Absolutely.
That's
dead
it.
on. Yeah, Chris was a personal friend of mine. I'm from Texas, and Texas is a cult. If you don't know a Texan, we're crazy about the place. We just really are.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like there, you know, there's Texas and there's the rest of the country. You know,
we're right outside of Fort Worth.
Yeah, we're in Holton City. Right
I'm down in Beaumont. You know, that's where this thing started at. And Chris and I, we both rodeoed together. You know, both country boys, all that kind of stuff. His brother Jeff's out just like Chris.
Yeah.
You know, and we're close friends as well. But yeah, it was real accurate. It really was. I know a lot of people that were there with him and actually operated with him in the Marine Corps and the Army outside of the SEAL teams. And yeah, it was dead on. I mean, Chris was a good dude.
That's the concentration, the skill, the control, the patience to be a sniper is amazing to me.
Yeah, and it's 2 different worlds, really. I mean, you got the military guys that do their thing, and then you got the law enforcement side, and we do our thing. You know, and they're vastly. A lot of the equipment's the same. A lot of the stuff you see at SHOT Show, they use the same gear we use, blah, blah, but the mentality and tactics are absolutely totally different.
Really?
Absolutely. I mean, the same amount of concentration, everything's the same. But military guys are shooting enemies of the United States in foreign lands. We're shooting citizens of the United States in our own country.
Right.
And they may be criminal or crazy or both, but they're still protected by the Constitution right up to the second they force us to shoot them.
You're right.
To keep them from killing an innocent.
Yeah, and so in the military, you're probably, correct me if I'm wrong, probably more likely to take that shot or be called to. And the law enforcement, you don't know. Often you're not going to.
Often you're not. Yeah, because, I mean, we've got collateral. You know, in the foreign countries, I mean, it's still getting pretty sticky, but
Still
you know, it's way different than America.
Yeah.
It's way different than buying a family a new goat or fixing a hole in a mud hut.
Right.
Anything my bullet touches, I own.
Yeah.
You know,
that's.
And if you're shooting at a dude holding a hostage in the mall or in a trailer park, man, I mean, you know, there's a lot that comes with
Well,
that.
we know muscle memory. You're doing stuff over and over again. So if you're in that situation in the military, and like I said, you're more likely to take that shot. But you've got to be ready if you're a police officer when quite often you don't take that shot. But when it's time, you can't hesitate, right?
Right, yeah, and you have to be ready. I mean, you know, you can't get ready. You have to be ready.
That's it.
And if that means urinating in your own pants while you're laying there, that's what it means.
That's what it is. Awesome. Again, it's AmericanSnipers.org.
That's
is that right?
That's
Brian,
it.
Thank you so much for everything you do, and please let us know in the future how we can help. We're one of those organizations that'll absolutely help you out.
Hey man, I appreciate it. Look,
thank you so much.
We're a bunch of regular guys, man. We're not a bunch of rich people. So
Thanks so much.
Middle America makes this thing work. Thank you.
There you go.
You're the man. Thanks
There
so
you
much.
go.
Real quick, we're gonna get what is it? Dave, how are you?
Dave.
Put you up there.
Good, man.
How are you, sir? What's your company?
Heat Factory USA.
Heat Factory USA.
Yep.
What do you guys got, and what do you do? We're gonna have to make this quick, so I want to make sure we get the website real quick.
HeatFactoryUSA.com.
HeatFactoryUSA.com.
Yep.
Oh, these are the Explain what this is.
It's a battery-powered toaster muff, same one you're used to using all the time, except this one we put in a battery pack that you can charge your phone and it stays warm, 3 settings.
Oh,
lasts
man.
all day.
You guys no idea how cold Brad keeps the studios. Oh my gosh,
such
feel that.
A sissy.
I am a sissy.
when
I
it
admit
comes to
And
heat.
what do you have here?
We've got the battery-powered rechargeable heated insoles.
Okay, so I think some people have you gotten used to putting the heat packets in their shoes or whatever. This is different though because they're not sloshing around and it's battery controlled.
It is, and they're rechargeable.
So you could turn it off while you're sitting there then?
When you put those heat packs in the little disposable ones, they would like heat one spot, so it felt like you're walking on a hot coal.
Okay.
Your feet get hot. With these, you can turn it off, turn it on.
So maybe you don't need it when you're on your way to the football game, but while you're sitting there, you turn them on, you're good to go,
stands,
right?
absolutely.
Now, is this your guys' company? Because Sean's joining us now too.
That is Heat Factory USA.
How do you guys start something like this?
Well, actually, my mother started Heat Factory 38 years ago. This is our 37th SHOT Show. And so we started with air-activated warmers, and now we're going into anything that keeps you warm, anything that can keep you out there longer and more comfortable.
That's awesome. I think we may have met. Is she your mom downstairs?
Yeah.
I think we met her. She's big fun.
She's been here for 37 years and hasn't missed a SHOT Show yet.
And she knows how to sell, too. We're down there, and she's
She
like,
does.
all right, what can I show you? You want the new stuff or the old stuff? And we're like, all right, let's go. Let's find out about it. That's a great story, guys, too. So you just continue to keep doing what you're doing and trying to find new ways to help people out.
New stuff, better technology, and the key thing is it has to work, and it has to work every time. And that's what this new stuff is. It's flexible, it works, it's remote, and it keeps everybody out there longer.
All right, well, what we're going to do, too, and give me the website one more time.
HeatFactoryUSA.com or HeatFactory.com.
What we're going to do, too, because I feel bad because we ended up running out of time here, so we had so many people to get to. I'm going to have you guys on one of our Building America segments down the road on a regular program, and we just put you on, talk for about a half hour. We can do it remote from phone, so you can join us, your mom, whoever wants to join us, Sean, and we'll do it and put you on. But we'll go ahead and post this out on social media. It's Heat Factory USA. Heat Factory USA?
HeatFactory.com.
HeatFactory.com.
I got it.
Guys, thanks so much. Really appreciate it.
Thanks
guys.
so
much for joining us. Doc Thompson, Brad Staggs, live from SHOT Show at the Sands Expo Center in Las Vegas. We'll be back on our regular lineup on Monday with all of the shows as well.
Hookers and Blow now?
In about 20 minutes.
Good.
20 minutes.
Good. All right.
Thanks so much. Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate it.